So, it's an all-new Yeah, I've Played, and this is part 2. So if you didn't see part 1, go on back, and you can see Jordan Hill and Matt Hall discuss the first, pretty much the first third of the game.
Yeah, it wasn't like quite half, I don't think.
Yeah.
I feel like the Navajo level is like the halfway point.
That's a heavy one. So when we last left off, in the story, which...
Not in life. We're both doing okay right now, but in the story we were homeless.
Homeless, contemplating suicide.
You got the shit kicked out of you.
Yes.
Nearly like 3 guys, 1 hammered.
Yes.
Yep.
And 3 guys, 1 baseball bat, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And woke up in the hospital. Had to get a bunch of flashbacks.
Me a hospital.
Cured 3 people of homelessness.
You cured their homelessness. That didn't happen to me. I didn't help any of them. I did not get beat up or go to the hospital.
But nonetheless, the chapter just fucking ends.
It just kind of fades away.
Which brings us to the latest chapter, First Night. Jody is once again child Jody. Mm-hmm. And every time I say this, I can't help but think of Jody's Got Your Girl and Gone, which is an old soul song.
Oh, okay. I know Janie's Got a Gun, but...
Ain't no sense in going home. Jody's Got Your Girl and Gone.
All right.
I won't play a clip of it here so I don't get demonetized. I need that 76 cents. Jody's a kid again. And in my notes it says she's being left off at the institute or whatever.
Yeah, you get dropped off by your parents. They just kind of leave you in the room. And then you're kind of left to your own devices to wander around. Or you can hop into Aiden. And you can kind of screw around. What did you do here?
I basically didn't do anything.
Yeah. I didn't do anything for a little while. I didn't think to. I just kind of wandered about. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what happened to me. I didn't think to, and then it's like, well, of course. I didn't get into because of how every level has a tendency, or I shouldn't say every level has a chance to
take a chance on me.
Every level has a chance to introduce new mechanics. So sometimes I don't think to go back to the old mechanics where it's like, what's the obvious thing to do almost any time where you're just Jody left alone is to be Aiden and explore the space.
Yeah, I feel like the homeless chapter was really long, and I did kind of forget that the thing to do is explore with Aiden.
Yeah, and so I didn't.
Yeah, same.
And so in my paths, I have didn't spy on Dawkins and parents.
Same, and what I did was I actually did end up spying, but I thought of it so late that my parents had already left.
Right.
So it was just Dawkins and Cole talking outside.
And that's kind of neat that the events of the game happen in real time and you might miss it.
You can literally just fuck around and be like, oh shit, now I can't go back and hear what they said. There's no opportunity.
It's just like in Heavy Rain where it's like, oh shit, I went outside instead of working on my blueprints.
Instead of working on the design project I'm going to lose because my son's going to fucking die. Spoilers for the literal first chapter of Heavy Rain.
Yeah, people make fun of that Jason meme, you know, but in reality, is it funny that a kid died?
At the end of the day, a father's mourning.
Jesus Christ. I hope you never have to call out the name of a dead family member, you fuck.
You fuck. A soon to be dead family member. This is going to be horrible for you to edit.
I don't mind.
Okay, I'm just trying to... It keeps hitting my throat, and I know it's going to be bad.
Yeah, no gag reflex.
You'll come too quick.
Jesus Christ. I hate that shit.
I can't stand it. I don't understand why you're aroused by stomach bile being all over your dick. That's where I'm at about it. That's what it is.
That doesn't happen in this chapter though.
No, sorry.
So you're doing a sleep study, you go to bed, and the entities come. Once again, you can vanquish the entities with Aiden's help.
Yes.
Did you do that successfully?
I did. And beforehand, you can, did you grab your stuff from your suitcase?
I was like, my rabbit, where's my rabbit?
I did the same thing, because I I got distracted wandering around and exploring stuff, and I forgot that they were like, your stuff's in the suitcase, Jody. They do little stuff in these games to, like, let you know. To be like, this is something you should check out. Like, not always, but usually there's one thing where they're like, hey, you have to do this.
Right, like Navajo chapter, they're like, don't exit the bedroom.
I didn't... of course I'm going to leave the bedroom.
Yeah, okay, boss. Read you loud and clear.
Yeah, gotcha. I'll stay right here.
Hey, I won't leave.
I just watched iRobot, and the wink in iRobot. The movie is such a great, horrible movie. But anyways, I grabbed the bunny afterwards, because I wandered around and went to lay down, and then she panicked. She was like, my bunny.
Yeah. Uh-huh. My bunny.
My bunny.
Almost dice.
Injured dice clay.
Wow. The bunny.
You grab the bunny, you lay down, and you do, like you said, you get attacked by entities. I fought him off with Aiden, no problem.
Yeah, I'd say I fought him off with relative ease.
Yeah. Did you get Cole's attention?
I woke up Cole.
You did? How did you wake up Cole?
I fucked with everything in the room.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one was the final straw, because I was like tapping stuff. I was like, Cole.
Yeah. Hey, bud. Hey.
He did not want to get up.
No. I fucked with the monitor first.
Yep.
And he did not respond, because I think he was asleep, yeah. And then I knocked his coffee mug onto his lap.
That's what it is.
And he was like, and he was like, what the fuck?
Same move I pulled on the security guard in the embassy.
Yeah, and that inevitably worked for you there, too. I turned off his soccer, because I know that, foreigners
It was the World Cup.
Football. I know anyone who's not American fucking loves football. Football.
Yeah, well, it seems like, also stuff like Eurovision is really big in almost every other country. And it's like, we're so fucking nationalistic here.
Quiz
where it's like,
shows?
Yeah.
Quiz panel shows would be hilarious. Oh, yeah. Those would be great. You get 7 American comedians, where first of all, America does stand-up comedy better than any other country. You can eat shit about it, you know what I mean? Sorry, UK. But, you get 7 American comedians on a panel answering questions and trying to get through an entire episode of something. That's hilarious. We should do that. We should start a podcast.
Never mind the Sex Pistols.
Never mind the Buzzcocks. Never mind the Sex. Oh,
is that what it is?
Yeah. Do you say Sex Pistols? Because how does never mind the Clash? No, it's never mind the Buzzcocks.
Is it Never Mind the Buzzcocks? That's the joke, because it's not. It's Never Mind the Bollocks is the Sex Pistols record.
Yes.
I've watched a bunch of episodes of it.
That's really good. And then there's the Big Fat Quiz.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. With Jimmy Carr.
We're so nationalistic here that it's there's other pastimes that seems like other countries all will participate in together and love
to
universally.
To make them feel more like a one world. You know what I mean?
And we're just
a community.
What? No.
We're like, that's gay.
Maybe we'll steal it and change it. The Masked Singer or something was
American
a Korean
Idol
thing, I think.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry.
So you woke up Cole, you turned off the football. And so you get in, and Joey's all scratched up, and Dawkins and Cole.
The whole room's fucked up.
Yeah.
Everything. TV's on the ground, fucking tables flipped.
Yeah. And they're like, oh no, this is we're dealing with something real here.
Yeah. This is the only moment I was ever frustrated with Cole, because he runs and gets Dawkins before he comes in and tries to help you.
Yeah.
Which I get, because I get that he needs to see what's happening, but call him into the room and then go get her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's hard to
It's also, he's younger at this time. I have no concept of how old they are at this point.
Right, and it's his first time with Jody, but it's hard to criticize someone in a panic scenario.
Yeah, you can't. It's fight or flight, yeah. Everybody, you can prepare as much as you want. How you react is how you're going to react.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're going to put that to the test at the end of this episode, so just watch. I have a surprise plan for Jordan.
Oh, no.
So you got the same paths I did, which were didn't spy on Dawkins and parents.
Correct.
Vanquish the entities.
Got it.
And woke up Cole.
Yep. Yeah.
Which brings us to Like Other Girls.
Mm-hmm. Now, this isn't to be confused. You are like other girls. This isn't a coming of age tale. I mean, it is.
Jody is, and this is my notes, Jody is now a moody teenager, complete with early 2000s Hot Topic scene girl aesthetic. Mm-hmm. Jody wants to go out and Cole and the institution won't let her. So Aiden can assist you in getting out if this is what you want to do.
You can also put some effort into it. Remember earlier when I told you she fucking shreds that electric guitar?
Yes. So I want to hear how this went for you. And,
Okay.
and all I'll say is ahead of time, wow, this can go in some fucked up places, and this is the kind of like trash like exploitation movie shit from Quantic Dream that I love.
Yeah.
But it also, I do kind of think like, would I write this?
No, I mean,
I don't think I would.
I've been really excited to hear how this went for you, because having played Heavy Rain, having known like that Quantic Dream likes to explore the dredges of society
And put women in peril.
Yeah, put women in like scenarios specifically. Edit that word out, but put women in like
In what?
Oops. It likes to do that. It likes to put women in horrible scenarios, genuinely involving like sexual assault. That was like a theme of Heavy Rain.
And they somehow make it hilarious every time.
It's every time I'm like, damn, I'm great ass. Anyways, so I was excited to see how you took this, because I went in with the mindset of this is a Quantic Dream game, and I'm not in the mood for that.
Okay, so tell me what your night was like.
Okay, so I started off the evening.
Also, I gotta say, I loved her outfit. I thought this was so funny that they made her.
She was literally wearing like that. Everything on her was like from Rue 21.
It was so good. It was so classic.
I had a black T-shirt with that like almost same weird like fleur-de-lis, twirly emo. Like if you can find a photo, put it up here of like just the Eddie, not the fucking God, what's his name? Ed Hardy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Ed Hardy, Forever 21, fucking SpongeBob with grills and $100 bills. You know what I mean?
Did I write down the name of the band? I didn't.
What band?
Fuck. She had posters of a band all over the room that was like Quantic Scream or something. It was like Quantic.
That's probably
Quantic Anger. It wasn't Quantic Scream. It was like that. I was like, wow, this is so.
I did.
Corny.
There was one detail I noticed. So I'll tell you what I did, and I'll get to the detail that I noticed that I thought was funny. That really, you're right. This is like a 10 out of 10 job at being like, this is an angsty teen girl.
Yeah.
Like fucking nailed it. Like I dated girls like this.
Tantrum, like
oh my god,
and everything.
Yeah, no, these were the girls that I like was attracted to
and
in
like
middle
also,
school.
I'd say just as good at portraying like the small child. Like they really, they did a good job at like.
And I mean that could
this is how people of different ages act in this country.
It speaks to like the actor's ability, but I think it also like speaks to like, while they might have like fucked up some mechanics in this game, like the experience they've gained so far.
Yeah.
On like making this type of video game.
Yeah, the kids and the youth in this game were so much more believable than those in Heavy Rain. Where,
oh my
like,
god,
the kids were so weird in Heavy Rain. They were so weird.
They were androids.
Yeah.
They were androids.
It was very weird.
They were put into your home so that you could simulate what it'd be like to maybe have a child, because it's the year 3000.
It's the movie AI.
3000.
Is that Cool Keith? What is that?
No, that is a Dr. Octagon.
Oh, that's Cool Keith.
I know.
No, it's actually...
excuse me, no. That's Del the Funky Homo Sapien, not Deltron 3030. Anyways.
I'm so sorry.
Motherfucking... I'm immediately pissed. I'm like, Cole, come on. I'm yelling into the camera. I start fucking around as Aiden. I don't fuck with my room. I go into Cole's area, and I start fucking with the TVs, and he's like, Jody, you know this isn't going to get you anywhere. So I was like, okay, fine. I kind of accepted that. And
Me too.
And I shredded the guitar. I picked up the electric guitar, and I need you to know this is like, you can stop it whenever you want to, like a lot of these moments, but like, you can make it go for 45 seconds.
I'll have to pull up a clip of that, because I did not experience that.
She's like, starts out shredding pretty well, then just gets like worse and worse and louder, like puts the fucking amp up to 11, and it's just cranking, and by the end of it, you like fall to your knees, you know what I mean, and you're like shredding, and Cole's just like...
Is it good playing when you're saying shredding?
It starts out okay, and then by the end, it's like, you're really just trying to make noise, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's clear at first that you do know how to play guitar, but then by the end, you're just trying to upset Cole. And, but it's the way she's doing it, because it's just guitar, and it's like, it's all up here.
It's wankery.
And she's, You know what I mean? It's just that. And, yeah. And so I do that. Then I switch to fucking Aiden again, because that doesn't get me anywhere either. He just mutes me. He can, like, mute the fucking thing. And I start fucking with the cameras, which is when I notice that one of the cameras... First of all, she has a George Orwell 1984 Big Brother is Watching sticker next to one of the cameras.
That's funny.
And then the other there's a camera in the corner, and there's a smiley face drawn in the corner with one eye, and the other eye is the camera. Which are both really... That's just, like, classic. Like, I'm an angsty 16-year-old, you know what I mean? 10 out of 10. Do that, inevitably... He's like, you're not fucking leaving. I go to Aiden. She's like, Aiden, find a way out. I go out and I possess Cole. Which really made me feel like absolute shit.
So far, this is pretty much my experience, except I did not...
You didn't widdly walk?
I didn't widdly widdly.
No, you didn't widdly widdly. Widdly walk.
I didn't twinkle twinkle.
The song is called I Want to Rock Your Body. And then in parentheses, until the break of dawn.
I didn't do that. No. So you and Aiden escort Cole out, and then you're stopped by the desk guy, the security guard.
Yeah, how does your interaction with the security guard go?
I said, he just wanted to show me that there's going to be like a meteor or something tonight. Or I've never seen a shooting star. Yeah.
There's an option that's like, look at stars.
Yeah.
You pick, okay, that's one you pick.
What'd you pick?
I picked sick. She's like, I'm just not feeling very well. He's taking me outside to get some fresh air. You know what I mean? And he's like, do you need me to call the infirmary? Like, do you want me to get a doctor over here? And she's like, no. I definitely didn't pick the right ones. She nailed it. You know what I mean? Like, she covered well. But I don't think I picked, like, the right options.
Well, my guy was like, I don't know, you're not really supposed to go. And she's like, please, I've never seen a shooting star before. Come on.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't say no to a kid. Come on.
Oh, there you go. He's a nice guy. Mine was like, he was like, no, yeah, go ahead, take your time. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully you're...
Fucking... He said something, Cole, and Cole goes...
You chose to, like, try to make him talk. There's a couple options. It's like evade. Yeah,
I don't know. And she's like, he lost his voice. Like,
Same.
That's the most I've gotten out of him all day. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you not see that his pupils are gone?
And he's like, he will not fucking look at you. Like, your voice has gone cool. Make eye contact with me. Like,
I'm a bailist.
But yeah, and then you get out into the parking lot. So I made it out, like, pretty much without a hitch. Get into the parking lot. Cole gets in the car, starts up the car, good to go. I, like, go to sit in the passenger seat, and then she's like, they can still see me here. And I was like, what? Okay. And then I was like, you have to... Inevitably, it made sense. But then I hopped in the trunk of the car.
Me too.
And then you drive past the security gate.
Drove out.
No problem. Got right
no
out
problem.
of there.
Got out.
Did you walk Cole into the woods?
Told him to go to the woods.
Yeah, so get out of here.
Said, sorry, babe.
Sorry, lover boy. Sent him out into the woods. Motherfucking...
And so here's what I don't get. How did I get to the bar? Or does she drive us out to, like...
She walks to the bar from there,
but just leaves the car in the middle of the road?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I mean, when she leaves Cole's body, Aiden leaves Cole's body, Aiden does, obviously, as soon as she gets him to wherever. So I imagine he'd wander back to the car. She didn't want to abandon him out there.
Right.
You know.
Well...
You go to the bar?
Go to the bar.
How'd it go for you? Well, no, let me tell you mine.
Tell me how it went for you.
Yeah, fuck off. So I walk in.
One thing I gotta say.
Yep.
Did you ever go to cocktails?
Yeah, no, I've been to cocktails, yeah.
This bar, it reminded me so much of cocktails. Like the outside, and like, even on the inside a little bit, but not as much because it didn't have the big stage and stuff.
Right.
But
cocktails, then Fuzzy Ducks.
And it burned down.
Twice.
Yeah, weird.
It was definitely insurance stuff, I think.
I wouldn't say that. In fact, I saw Facebook posts from the family members saying, please don't say that.
Well, then I won't say it anymore. It just sucks that it happened twice.
Yeah, it really sucks that it happened twice.
To the same building.
Yeah. Yep. So I wouldn't wish that misfortune on anyone, and that's why it's horrible. That's why it's a great scam.
My mom and my aunt had a business burned down, and it was a genuine thing.
Yeah, of course you're gonna say that.
Well, no, I mean I think my aunt might have scanned it. She actually owned the business. My mom was just like not technically, you know what I mean? Silent investor. Anyways, I go into the bar. I pick a table. I go and I sit down. Guys are giving me the eyes. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah. They're nudging each other.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this hot little piece of tail.
Dude comes over. He goes, "How old are you?" The bartender comes over, and I'm like, I'm 21.
Oh,
He's
really?
like,
I said
really?
old enough to know better.
Oh, there you go. I said, I'm
Young enough
21.
not to care.
Old enough to party.
No. I said, I'm 21.
Yeah. And he goes, really? She goes, yeah, I'm just getting lemonade anyways. He's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
So he goes, and then he brings you a glass of water and puts some fucking lemon juice in it. And just...
So I made a note about that.
Uh-huh.
I asked for lemonade. He brings a full bottle of lemon juice, which is not how you make lemonade.
No.
There's no sugar in there.
There's not a sugar in there.
There's limes on the label. Mm-hmm. Makes no sense.
They're green, yeah. Uh-huh.
Terrible.
Yeah, really not great. There's some parts where... There's occasionally things that happen in video games and in movies that make me go, do real people make this? You know what I mean? Are these real human beings? Like, do these people live regular lives? And I don't think they live regular lives.
Maybe they're French.
Maybe they're French. You know what I mean? Maybe in France...
Lemonade is just lemon juice with water.
And it has limes on the bottle.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Because you're just like, citrus, baby. Citrus. I decide to go into Iden mode. And I go up to the two fellas sitting at the bar who have been, I think they're playing pool at first. Then they go and sit down at the bar. And they're nudging each other.
Yeah.
And they're looking at you. And they're going, what do you think she's doing here? Think she came here alone? Why do you think she's doing here? Think she's looking for somebody? Think she's looking for us? And they're like, you know what I mean? They're like, you think she's trying to, get her rocks off? You think we can be, they're basically being like, do you think we should try to fuck this girl? So I stood up. I went back to Jody's body.
It's pretty much what you and I say whenever we're in public.
That's exactly how it goes when I'm at the bar, yeah. Whoever will listen, I say it to. And I'll sit down next to someone I don't know.
Sometimes we're the only two people in the bar. And I still start saying it.
Within earshot of the bartender whom we're talking about. I got up and left the bar. And the chapter ended for me.
How does it end?
You just leave the bar. And you go back and you're sitting in like your little observation room.
How do you get back?
I don't know, I imagine you walk. Seems like you walk. It does not get into that part. I just literally walk out of the building and then I'm back at the base. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm back at the base and Green Goblin's yelling at me. You know, you're Jody, you have no idea, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you're just like, I know it was stupid, I'm sorry. Because obviously I left because I was like, this is uncomfortable and I hate this.
Jody's at the bar. She's supposed to be meeting some other girls. No,
okay.
I'm just in the bar.
In the bar, yep. Mm-hmm.
Supposed to be meeting some other girls. Mm-hmm. Who are these other girls? They don't show up.
They don't? Ever?
No.
Okay, because when I showed up, she was just like, they must be running late. And I thought maybe if I waited, they'd show up, but I didn't wait. So, okay.
So I mope around. I go into the bathroom. Mm-hmm. I'm like, ugh, this is a little weird, but let's just tough it out. So I go out there. I decide to start playing pinball.
There you go. Right next to the bar? Mm-hmm. Pinball machine's right next to the bar.
Yep. The two guys go, hey, you want to play some pool?
Did you say yeah?
Go, yeah, why not play some pool? Maybe this actually could be kind of cool.
Yeah, uh-huh.
We're playing pool. Mm-hmm. I start doing okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing well. I mean, you've got telekinetic powers, so that's weird.
Then one of the guys, he's lining up a shot, and he decides he's going to rape me on the pool table. So he basically like shoves his body onto me from behind. They push me onto the pool table, and they're holding me down, and they're going to have their way with me on the pool table.
Uh-huh. As Quantic Dream
believes it goes.
I say,
Iden, no. And so Iden starts knocking stuff around, scaring him. I throw the bar stools and shit. And then they're kind of like, what the fuck is going on, Mm-hmm. As I'm searching around for things to fuck with, I see that I can possess the bartender. So I do.
Is there a gun behind the bar?
There's a shotgun behind the bar.
Shotgun behind the bar, weird.
Bartender kills both the men. I then have the option to continue or cease.
Like kill the bartender?
I decide to put the barrel of the shotgun into the guy's mouth and blow his head clean off. Jody is sitting there distraught.
Shaken.
There's three guys who have just taken close range shotgun shots. Green Goblin shows up and rescues me. And it is
Green Goblin comes in on a fucking glider.
Jody.
Jesus fucking Christ. See, that's why I said, I think I'm gonna leave the bar. Because my mind went, I was like, oh, maybe I'll go into the bathroom and take a minute. I go, they're gonna me in the bathroom. And I go, maybe I'll go play pool. And I go, they're gonna me on the pool table. I was like, I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah.
And then they were talking about me, and I was like, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah. No.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, they were brutally murdered.
Yeah, good. I mean, good. I like that Green Goblin covers for you, too, though.
Yeah, totally.
That's good.
So the paths. I passed the entrance guard.
Yeah, yep, same.
Snuck out or rushed the DPA.
Yep.
Didn't hear the customers. You did.
I did. I spied on the customers, yeah.
You left the bar.
I got left to the bar early on.
So I stayed in the bar, beat the attackers, and then killed at least one attacker.
You killed at least one.
At least one.
At least one of them died. I know, I can't. I'm just imagining the way. I'm just imagining the.
That's exactly how it went down.
Like fucking. Literally, like, Full Metal Jacket. Like.
Alone! Jody's quote-unquote parents are leaving the base, and
Parents.
Jody is being left behind. Philip is incredibly calloused and clearly resents Jody.
Yeah, I was like, fucking, the whole time, I was like, fuck this guy.
The mother can't even get a prop. Is there a little fruit fly or something?
No, there's a hair floating by my face, and I fucking...
barely gets to say goodbye.
Yeah, entirely because
Philip is being a dick.
He's like, hurry it up. We've got to go. And I'm like, you're in a hurry? Right? No, you're not. You know what I mean? Like, no, you're not. You have plenty of time, for sure, to hang out with your daughter who you're never going to see again, maybe.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of like... They imply that they're, like, going to come back if things get better. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And you're like... They don't get better. I've experienced it as, you know what I mean? Like, I've already been
things
in
get
the
much
future.
worse.
Things get worse.
Things get so bad, I always get raped on a pool table.
And then you have to murder 3 men point blank with a shotgun. And it'll be ruled as a murder-suicide.
Christ.
That's like, it'll be a double murder-suicide by a bartender.
I'm listening to a true crime podcast like 19 years later, and it's like, no one ever found out what happened in that bar.
It's the last podcast on the left. They're still going.
Fucking watching that chapter video on it. I mean, this is a pretty brief chapter.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. How'd you handle your parents leaving the room?
Well, I was upset with Phil, so I had to choke him.
I was frustrated with Phil as well.
Yeah.
And I choked him as soon as I could.
Yeah, I choked his ass.
How long did you choke him?
As long as I could. Not to death.
Oh, you can't kill him? I thought you could kill him. I stopped.
I don't think you can kill him, but eventually it's like, she's a demon.
Yeah, because I waited until Jody screamed. I waited until Jody screamed, I didn't know. And that's when I stopped. Because I went with the same rule as when I was terrorizing the woman in the bedroom. I mean, in the room. Little Freudian slip there. I was terrorizing the woman in the room.
I was terrorizing a woman in her bedroom last night. I mean...
Sorry, fuck. I'm listening to too many...
Sorry, I'm the Plattsburgh Strangler. Wait, no.
No. No, right until Jody yelled to stop. And then I stopped. And he was like, she's a demon!
And that's it.
Uh-huh. And even your mom is like...
Not Philip, not my... Not my really great husband Philip, who
I can't... We didn't see it happen, but he hit her. He beat Jody. You know what I mean? Like, because he was about to when Aiden stopped it. And the way the mom was acting was like, you've hit her before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it seems like he beat Jody.
It was up in the air for me, but I wouldn't rule it out.
I feel strongly like he hit her. That's why I tried to kill him.
I thought he was like, this time I'm going to hit you, was how I took it.
Yeah. I feel like...
But also, I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, he seems like he'd hit her. You know what I mean?
Well, he completely dehumanizes her.
Yeah, she's not a thing.
He doesn't, why would you not hit someone that you don't have any like a modicum of human respect for.
Yeah, it's history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
But that's how it happens.
Yeah, that's literally...
You see them as lesser than you.
You separate yourself from it, and
Yeah.
then it's easier to murder somebody or beat them. Yeah, I choked him right until he was almost dead, and then Norman Osborn comes up, and he's like, "You made the right decision, Jody, by not killing him." You know what I mean? Because you stop. He's like,
that happened to me as well.
He's like, "I know it was hard, but you made the right decision." You know what I mean?
I don't remember now if I stopped or if the game just doesn't let you kill Philip.
I would like to think it lets you kill Philip, but...
Well...
It gets pretty intense where, like, everyone's screaming at you, and then Jody's screaming, and you're like, "Bruh," you know what I mean? You get a little overwhelmed. So I just stopped because Jody yelled it. I didn't give a fuck about it.
The only path I got was choked Jody's father.
Yep, I said I choked my fucking dad right until Jody told Aiden to stop.
Nice.
Because I hate him. I hated him.
Yeah.
He was horrible.
He also looked very familiar.
He's definitely an actor who's like been in stuff as like bit roles.
I gotta look him up and see. I'll put up in here in the video if I find what he's from that I know.
He looks kind of like the comic book Norman Osborn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because he has the horseshoe.
Yeah, the
going
weird.
too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm fucking slowly developing the horseshoe.
Yes. I don't have the horseshoe really. I have
the Widow's Peak.
I have the Widow's Peak, with the little pool in the back. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like I'll lose this. What I'd like to lose is the whole.
I'd like to lose the whole middle.
Yeah.
I'd like if all of that was
I'd
just
like
gone.
a Larry David.
It'd be. Oh, I'd love a Larry David.
That's what I want.
If I could get a Larry
but
David,
I'm not
that'd be
bald in
ideal.
that way.
I'm not either. It sucks.
But I like the full-on horseshoe. I think it's a good look.
Yeah.
Dust was rocking the horseshoe for a minute.
I don't like it when it's just like you've got like the Charlie Brown right here. You know what I mean?
And nothing else.
And like, or like, yeah, you have
you
like
got the Cupid doll.
Yeah, you've got like the hair here. You've got the horseshoe, but then there's just the little patch right there.
That's what I fear.
That's where I'm headed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a male pattern baldness. Bardness. All right. Male pattern baldness.
So that's it.
Yeah.
That's alone.
The whole time I was playing, I was like, "What is Navajo? Is this going to be terribly offensive?"
I had a bit of a concern there too.
I was cringing.
Because I mean they haven't always handled race well.
No, I would say they handle race with ignorance.
Yeah,
Well-intentioned ignorance.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, I never would say that these games are racist.
No, it's really just like unaware.
It's kind of like, whoa, that's somebody should have told you to not do that.
It's like when like a 15-year-old said something and you're like, "Hey man, no."
Yeah.
Like I hear you, I get it. You know.
Yeah.
You think it's funny, but like it won't be.
Yes, I did rip you off, but don't say that. Yeah. Jody is in her nomadic phase and is hitchhiking in the desert and dying of thirst when she sees in the distance a small ranch.
Yes.
Because Aiden's like, "Hey, look over there, idiot."
Even though I noticed it well before then. Like I personally was like, "There's a ranch over there."
Yeah.
And Jody's just like, "Oh."
The ranch is run by a Navajo family. It's Paul and his two sons, whose names I can't remember.
Well, one of their names is Jay.
Jay.
Jay's the older one.
Tim.
Sure.
And
Jay and a little boy.
Shamasani, the mother.
Yes, Shamasani, the grandmother.
Yeah, Paul's mother.
Paul's mother,
yes.
yeah. The grandmother of the two boys.
And so basically, you're like, "I just need to like get some water or something. I'm fucking dying." And they're like, I think it's Jay.
Jay's at the door.
He's like, "Go away.
You need to get the fuck out of here." Yeah.
And then it's like,
I was like, can you let me sleep in the barn?
It's like, "Please, yes, me too."
Yeah.
Like, I need something. My God, I'm literally dying.
I'll drink your cow's piss in the barn. Like
I will drink your piss right now.
I'll drink your piss right now. I'll drop down to my knees.
Listen. I went behind a building.
I knew you were gonna. And I came this close.
I was ready. I was ready in the in 2 chapters ago to suck off Cole just to get out to go to the bar.
Yeah, no, yeah, I would have. I would have tugged him off.
Yeah, whatever.
Little OTPHJ.
I'm assuming she's of age for whatever state she's in. When I make that joke.
She said she's 21.
Hey, she said she's... Listen, bro.
The girl dressed in the Rue 21 outfit.
What am I? Some sort of archaeologist? You want me to get out my little brushes and magnifying glass?
You think I'm going to carbon date this girl?
Oh, you think I'm going to cut her open and count the rings? No, she said she's 21. I'm making her a lemonade.
So inevitably...
Paul's like, hey...
Cool your jets, Jay.
My son is horny, and it's making him mad.
My son is filled with sexual rage,
Okay,
and you need to just forgive him.
You just need to let it go. You can stay here for the night.
Yeah.
So you eat. You're like, we're right at dinner. You want to sit down and eat? And you're like, wow, cool. You get to know the family a little bit.
Yeah, a tiny bit.
Shamasani hasn't spoken in decades.
She doesn't say a word.
Since her husband died.
She looks sad. She's just...
Yeah.
She doesn't eat either. Everybody's eating dinner. Yeah. Nobody's feeding her. She's just like...
I think she's a sun eater. I think she, certain people...
Photosynthesis?
Yeah.
Do you think she just gets mana?
Yeah.
From...
Yeah!
He murdered me, stop.
Soon it's time to go to bed. Because...
Sleepy time.
Everything starts shaking, and they're like, go to bed now.
They start putting up, like, pre-made, like, boards for the window. Like, they have things already built with hooks.
Yeah.
They're like, get in your room! Lock it up!
And there's just, like... It's as if there's, like, a giant sandstorm outside, and you're like, what is going on?
You just hear...
I didn't get this joke at first. And so I'm in my room, I get undressed. I go, finally! I go, come on. I got to see Madison's tits in Heavy Rain, didn't I? Am I wrong?
No, you get to see tits and full man ass.
And her ass.
Yeah, you get to see her ass, too.
You don't get to see... I wanted to see Ethan Marsh's cock.
I want to see his hot cock. I want to see Ethan Marsh hang dong.
Now, something I will say, that there was a mild controversy here when this game was developed, because for... the character model of Jodie, they produced a fully modeled nude body. And it's very common in these games to not model the nipples and genitals.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to show them. There's no reason
nobody's going to be naked.
Yeah. She's anatomically correct in this game. And it was like, why did you do that? And like, Elliot Page was like, yeah, I was like body scanned, but like not like that.
Not
like,
fully nude, yeah.
I don't believe so. I think they were wearing something at the time. So it was the kind of thing where it was like, that's a little weird, but also like, I don't know. Like,
again, like we said last episode, if you look into any of the allegations surrounding this development team,
they have been trying to go like, hey, we get it. Because I think even David Cage said something like, what did he say, like, we don't make games for faggots or something? Didn't he? Right?
He said literally that. I mean, I don't think... It might have literally been that. I think that was the controversy, is that he might have literally said those words.
But, like, also, I can think of, like, 10, 15, 20 years ago, people being like...
I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen... I don't know if you're one of the, like, 10 million people that watched Louis C.K.'s special, but he says it a lot, you know?
Like, it as much as I understand that it's, like, not cool, it was not surprising for someone to say that. And I would go, hey, if the culture has changed and that's no longer, like, acceptable on a wide range...
Did he say it post Beyond Two Souls? Because then that's, like, 2015. 2014.
I'd say up until like 2016, 2017 is when it like really was like the cutoff point.
I don't know. I was like, I guess I was in college.
If you're watching TV at the time, what I'm trying to say is,
fair.
I'm not saying it was ever the right thing to do. I'm saying if you're an average person who like watched mainstream television, you were getting pumped this message that it's okay to use these slurs, it's okay to act this way, it's okay to be sexist in this way or that way.
I guess I was in like
to be homophobic.
I was like a liberal arts college.
Yeah.
At that point, and like that was like that's when but that's when it started to be like people would be like, you can't say that.
Well, Obama,
like, okay.
I think Obama's presidency
And his pussification of the United States.
Pacification of our great nation is what kind of like, was a tipping point for a lot of people, where some people in an act of extreme racism went super far right.
What are you talking about?
And other people were like reacting to that.
Yeah, I remember seeing like Jeff Dunham style like puppets hung around this area. You know what I mean?
That's so awful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
Jesus
like,
Christ.
Oh. Yeah. Anyway, you like get into your skivvies. You know what I mean? You're shaking that ass around the room.
And so I was doing this for a while.
Just wandering around the room.
Yeah. I was like, I don't really know what to do.
Yeah, I laid down for a second, and then I went into Aiden mode, and I started to explore as far as I could. You know what I mean? Because obviously, something I don't think we've mentioned it at any point yet. Aiden has like a limit to how far he can go that seems to vary from situation to situation. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's some moments you can't go more than like a few feet away, and then there's some moments where you can go into like the second floor. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's like, I don't really know what it is that determines that. But in this one, you can like pretty much explore all of the bedrooms surrounding you. And so I did. If you go into the room like right next to you, it's the youngest brother, and he's like pacing back and forth in the room like nervously. You go into the next room, there's Jay just laying down. He's awake, you know what I mean? And he like looks tense, but he's just laying down. You can go into the furthest room, and there's Paul, and Paul is just like sitting in a chair. Like waiting, borderline, you know what I mean? What's her name? What's the grandmother's name?
Shamasani.
Shamasani is just asleep. Shamasani's the only one who's like sleeping. She's like out cold somehow. This is clearly not her first rodeo. And then after that, I go, oh, well, nobody's doing anything. So I just got up out of the bed and I left the bedroom. Mm-hmm. And I wandered out into the kitchen. And I was like looking around. And I just went right for the front door.
Me too. I was like, I'm not supposed to, but I have a greater power on my side, and I feel like I'm equipped to handle whatever's out there.
That was kind of my mindset here. I was like, which I feel like is Jody's mindset too.
Yeah, and I got the shit scared out of me.
Yeah, because
a big ghost man popped up.
Dragonette Portoculus.
Yeah, and fell down, scared. Mm-hmm. Everyone's like, "What the fuck? We told you not to do that."
Jay and Tim come running in.
What are you doing?
They slam the door and they're like, what the fuck's your problem? We told you not to. You're like, I'm so sorry. What was that? And they're like, nothing.
They don't want to tell you.
They don't want to tell you.
They're just like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't fucking worry about it. And you go to sleep. It's the next morning. Mm-hmm. You go out of your room. You can look in the other bedrooms. There's not much to see. You can kind of get a glimpse of like who those people are, but
I went in with Aiden. I didn't go in as Jody.
Oh, I walked right in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like worried. I've already broken one big rule. I was worried that if they just found me like wandering around the rooms, I'm just a transient.
I was hoping to trigger a conversation with one of them where they go, "What are you doing here?" I go, "I'm sorry, I was just looking. This is really neat. Tell me about this or something." You know.
But they
had different like artifacts, like, protective looking, like like things on their windows and stuff that looked like
dream catchers and.
But I know
what
I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
it was like, what is this? It looked very old. It looked like some sort of protective barrier.
You can check your window when you go to bed too, and there's ashes going along the windows on the ground.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But no, I just went right out to Powell.
Yeah, had some coffee.
Mm-hmm. Just sat there in silence.
And I was like, I'm leaving. And I'm like out the door, and he goes, "Hey." Mm-hmm. A lot of work to be done on this ranch. You could stay. Wouldn't be much. You'd have a roof over your head. Mm-hmm. Do some honest work. Get a meal on you. Hey, just putting it out there. You're like, yeah, okay, of course. You're gonna yes,
I'm literally lost in the Arizona desert, and I'm going to die out here. So thank you. I have no concept of where I'm going today.
So I mean, this is a long ass chapter.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely not all of it's. You know what I mean? We can hit the important points. You know.
No, first off, you need to bring a bale of hay.
Well, no. First, you got to get water for the sheep.
Oh, yes. Water for the sheep.
And then you have to go get the bale of hay. And she goes, Aiden, I'm just trying to knock one down, not all
I
of them.
knocked one down.
I only knocked down one.
Yeah.
Like fucking...
It didn't even seem like an issue.
No, it's like I nailed it perfectly, I felt like. I hit the one bale,
that was awkward.
And I was like, cool, nailed it.
Bring the bale of hay over, and then it's like, hey, it's lunchtime. Sit down, have lunch. You're like,
Ring-a-ling-ding-ding.
hey, I'll be right over when I finish my work.
Yep.
You have lunch. And so I start talking. I go,
Yeah.
hey, what's up? Blah, 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 blah. And then later I'm like, all right, what happened? What is that?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, if I started asking you questions, jack off. Would you like that? If I started questioning you?
I was kind of like...
This was Jay.
Yeah. And I was kind of like... I mean, I didn't say it, and it doesn't give you an option to respond to that in the game, but I'm kind of like... I'm looking like, yeah... Especially if you look at like the way I've answered all the other questions in the game, I'm pretty open and honest.
I mean, maybe you'll think it's weird, but I'm going to be open with you.
Yeah, like I'm going to tell you, there's an entity attached to me, and I don't know, I'm just I'm trying to avoid some stuff I got into, and here I am.
You know what I found out listening to the President's podcast, the Matt and Shane's.
Oh yeah. 1 through 4.
Jimmy Carter has seen a UFO, and if you ask him, he will be honest about it, and will tell you the story and explain it.
Yeah.
Very candidly.
Fuck yeah.
And it's like hey, I know this is outside of the accepted narrative, but it is my truth, and I look, it's true for me. I experienced this. This is my life, so I'm going to talk about it.
Sure.
So,
An interesting
why don't you be the same way?
Yeah,
Jay.
Yeah, you dickhead. Because it seems like the younger brother kind of would be okay with maybe telling you.
And the younger brother was apologetic. Like, he's not so bad if you get to know him.
Yeah, and Shimishami and Sashimi sitting there is still just fucking...
Yeah, I tried to talk to her. Nothing really.
That's her the whole time.
Yeah. Jay is trying to lead the horses into the barn, into the stable, but one of the horses is being stubborn.
Yeah, his name's like Oshkosh or something.
Yeah. Ashka, I think.
Oshka, okay. So
I think
Oshkosh,
so.
Bagosh.
I think it's Asuka.
I think it is, or it is something like that.
Asuka, what's the porn star?
Asuka Akira.
Yeah. And you're like, hold on, I can do this. I didn't possess the horse.
Yeah,
Is that what you did?
Possess the horse. Yeah. It's like, I got this, no problem. And she kind of goes like, hey, Aiden, excited to try out this horse.
Yeah. She said it in a weird way where I was like, wait, what?
Like, whoa. Let's just get it into the barn and we'll leave it there.
You remember Mr. Hands.
Yeah, I'm very aware.
So you get that horse in successfully, and he's like, "How did you do that?" And you're like, "Everyone has their secrets, right, Jay?"
And suddenly he's like, I don't know about this girl.
Damn, bitch, I misunderstood you.
Damn, bitch, I've been making assumptions.
P.S. Triple ballin'.
P.S. triple ballin'.
That's what I want. I want him to have that attitude. It's the next day or whatever. It's later in time. You're there for a little while.
Yeah.
Jay's like, hey, do you want to go help me out with this fucking water windmill pump thing?
I don't even remember what the first...
It's like a water pump.
No, you do that after. You guys go do something, and then you have to go fix the water pump on your own. I don't remember what... Oh, you guys have to go gather up the sheep. You have to go tend to the sheep in the field. You sit down. It gets, like, all romantic.
Yeah, you guys have a little bit of heart-to-heart.
Uh-huh. I was honest with him.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah, I think
I was straight up.
Yeah. I've been honest with anyone who asks about what's going on.
Straight
up, not down in the...
And then I'm like, oh, I'll go fix that fucking thing.
Yeah,
and so
like,
you have to like dislodge a fucking tumbleweed from a windmill.
Yeah, a bunch of branches in there.
And then like you like see some shit, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, the guy who was in your door, not your door, in the door earlier, is now standing like across the field from you, just like...
Yeah, and you start seeing visions basically, and then like they like you like get like attacked, like a horse or something.
Wait, because you go over and the guy's like standing in front of this like it's like when you look into like the old like Mayan and Aztec culture and like Navajo, like just like southwestern Native American culture, there's a lot of the stuff they built is like these dirt mounds, like hobbit holes almost. You know what I mean? And like you see one of those, so you go into it and it's like a shrine, and then you kind of like get this flashback. You're like, yeah. because you decide to leave the shrine. You're like, okay, and suddenly you're like back in 1700. You know what I mean? Whatever it might be, or actually doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Mexican-American War was the
years
1800s.
before.
Yeah. And
it's generations prior.
Yeah, and the guy who's like been.
It's not hundreds of years before. It's like 80 years.
The Mexican-American War and stuff?
No, this flashback in particular. Because Shimasani is the baby in the flashbacks.
No, she's not. Because she says, my mother gave this to me from her mother.
Oh, okay, so it's two generations prior.
Yeah, implying that it's just been handed down through generations.
I thought it was the same baby.
I did too for a moment. I was like, is that Shimasani? How long is it? But then the way she says it, I was like, I remember thinking that and being like, oh, never mind. But, yeah, and the dude so this guy who you've seen in the door you saw earlier too, you can go take a shower also in this scene. In like a little silo shower.
I took a shower after work.
I took a shower after work. And the guy pops up in the shower too.
Yep.
And I was
he
like,
writes crown on the wall.
And then he writes crown again, this time in the ground in front of you. And then you almost get taken out by a fucking horse.
And I was pissed that there weren't tits in the shower scene. I go, I gotta see tits.
I said, if I'm not hard at least once during this game, it's not worth the $8.49 I paid for it.
You jump around. You're going around. You're like,
pack it up. You pack it in. You let them begin.
Basically, you're like, wait, I gotta figure this out.
Well, so you go crown, okay, and if I remember right, don't you have another flashback? Or no?
You see something glistening in the sand, you like go grab it, and you're like, what? The exact order of operations doesn't matter, but essentially you start to see flashbacks to the past, you're like, that's like...
The crown is like a rock formation that you go to, effectively.
Yeah, and then basically what happens is like you dig up these little...
talismans, medallions, whatever you want to call them.
You're like, this is the key. Like, basically, you're like, I think these are like spirits who are like not at rest, and this is part of it. And also, like, it seems like they're like, maybe there's an entity problem here.
Yeah.
Somehow.
We did skip over the fact that in between the day of work and you fixing the well, there's one more night where I snuck out. I imagine you did too, and you get saved outside by the boys.
Yes, I forgot to say that. Yeah.
And there's like 5 guardians of some sort, like spirits, that are out there defending it. It seems like from Yetsuo. That's how I don't know how to fucking pronounce it.
Yeah, but it's like a large entity.
Yeah, it's like a big giant entity.
And there's like 5 ghost warriors.
Basically, what you're seeing is these 5 ghost warriors, while they were alive, doing some sort of ritual to summon this entity.
Right.
They opened like the rift.
Yeah.
In real time, in real life.
And so you go back. And I believe pretty quickly after you get back from all this.
On your way back, you see that it's starting to attack.
Yeah.
The sandstorm starts coming in, and you're like, oh no, not in the middle of the day.
And so you go inside, and I talked to Shimasani, and I was like...
Yeah.
I was like, and she was like, oh, I'm going to talk now.
Yep. Suddenly she starts talking about the
first time. And so she gives you the talisman. And you're like, I have all of them now. And she basically, like, you know, again, I don't need to get into the nitty-gritty of everything, but their ancestors opened the portal to the other side
to get revenge on the white man.
On the white man, which made me feel very targeted.
Yeah, I personally was triggered.
Yes.
And felt attacked, and I turned off my computer.
Yes. I wrote to my congressman, and I was like, oh, damn. That sucks, man.
I mean, hey, man.
I understand your outrage, but but this backfired big time.
Yeah, I really wish I could tell you that I cared.
Looks like you enslaved yourself for eternity by opening this portal. No, but so they, instead of crossing over, these 5 soldiers realized what they had done was wrong, so they stayed on the land to eternally fight against the presence that they had brought to the land. Yeah.
And so then
they were losing over time.
Yeah, and basically what you discover is, like, once you get the 5 talismans, you get to see the actual process of it. And what's her name? Shimashani is like, I remember the incantation, I don't remember the ritual.
You're like, I saw the ritual. I seen it in a flashback because I touched something and I'm crazy.
Yeah. So you run outside. Paul's been attacked by one of the entities.
Yes.
And you get him inside right away, and you're like, go inside, go take care of it. I immediately start setting up the ritual. You know what I mean? I'm like, we got to do it. Get the ritual going. Don't fucking talk to me about what's foolish and what isn't.
Why? You didn't protect Paul?
I didn't know you could.
I didn't know you could either.
I didn't know you could, and when I read that in the fucking path section, I was like, I need you to know, I read, what does it say exactly? It says, we're on Hunted. Why did I scroll back to the top? God damn it. We're on Navajo. It says, didn't save Paul, and then I said, I wish I knew I could.
I know it.
It hurt me. It hurt me, because he's like,
I hated it.
him and Cole have been like two of the only like just like unconditional kindness and love, you know what I mean, and like giving you a chance that you've come across so far.
It was a big bummer.
Big bummer that I could have saved Paul, because I would have saved Paul. Spoiler alert: Paul dies
because we didn't save him.
because we didn't save him.
But anyway,
the ritual works.
You tell Paul to get in, and yeah, because Yacht Soy or whatever the fucking entity is like, I want blood.
Bok Choy, the entity,
and fucking wreaking havoc, much like you wreaked havoc in many other places across the story.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "You're insane. What are you doing?" You're like, "It's the ritual. I gotta do it." You say you have to recall from memory the ritual. Did you do it correctly?
Yeah,
I did too.
It was just a person.
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
You could have fucked it up.
I get why you would have fucked it up, but I remember seeing it and going like, "Oh, it looks like a person." Each one of them is like a limb, like it's the head, feet, and hands of.
I didn't think of it that way,
body.
But yeah, it makes sense.
That's how I looked at it. And
I was like, "Oh, it looks like the Blair Witch thing."
it does also look like that, yeah. But they give you like 4 options, and like the other 3 are like nowhere near the actual thing. So you're like, you really had to be like not looking to fuck this up. Got it right though.
You do the ritual. It closes the portal. Things are safe.
Yep.
Except
Paul's dead.
Paul's dead, and
Shimasani's
Shimasani
dead.
might have died too. I think I think she just died in the excitement of everything.
Yeah, she's just dead. Yeah, it was just like the excitement. And the worst part, because like everybody gets thrown to the ground.
I like when it's like, you can speak.
I know. My favorite part is that
it's like they didn't say she couldn't speak. It's that she chose not to.
She hasn't spoken in 10 years. You're on the ground. Everybody gets thrown to the ground. Jody's on the ground. Shimashani's on the ground. The 2 brothers stand up. One of them goes right to you, and then a few moments later, the other one goes to the grandmother. And I'm like, you bet me 3 days ago. I get maybe I'm a hot piece.
Yeah, but also, I mean, she's got that type of energy that's going to cure you of homelessness. So, you know, you never met someone like Jody. Like Jody last name.
Jody Iden.
I have no idea. Did they ever say Jody's last name?
I don't know, probably.
Jody Wallace. That's my guess. I gotta look it up real quick.
Marcel Wallace. I
have no idea. The name.
What's Jody's last name?
Take a guess.
Davis.
Holmes.
It is Holmes.
I don't remember hearing it in the game, but I know I must have.
I definitely heard it. Now that you said that, I was like, gosh.
I don't remember where, but I it was like, oh yeah. Anyway, everyone's dead. The family's dead. They all die except for the kids.
It's like, there's nothing that.
Next scene. Next scene. Next scene. You're at the burial ground, and they're like, a white person's never been here before.
Yep. It's pretty special, man.
They're like, cool, bitch. You're trying to make me feel weird? I just saved your life.
Yeah. If it wasn't for me, you'd all be dead. Or maybe you'd all be fine.
You know what?
Let's not look too far into it. Let's not think about...
Maybe I've just evened it out a little bit.
I wonder how the game would have gone if you just went to bed. You know what I mean? Like the way that I left the bar. Imagine you just went to sleep.
Jody's life is just very uneventful. The family leaves, and you're allowed to like grieve by yourself for a moment.
Yeah.
Now, did you go up into the caves?
Yeah, because there's all the cave paintings and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you see, like, that... Basically, you get, like, oh, like, these people are aware of the entities.
And it also, there's, like, a painting of what looks like an entity, like, attached to a person.
Right.
It shows
looks like your drawing of Iden.
Iden, pretty much, yeah. Which is pretty fucking...
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm not the first one.
Yeah, which explains how they were aware of the rift or how to potentially get it open, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. It fills in some blanks here.
So I go back to the ranch after I'm going, oh, I have my fill here, and what am I going to do? Like, fucking, like, throw flowers on the grave? I got to get home.
Yeah.
They're like, Jody, You made such a big impact on us. Thank you. We fixed a motorcycle for you.
Yeah.
And you drive away on a motorcycle. Now,
did you swap spit with Jay?
I decided not to kiss him.
Did you hug him?
I gave him a little hug.
Yeah, I gave him a hug too.
Did you kiss him?
No, I didn't kiss him.
I didn't kiss him.
I just hugged him. I said, you know what?
I
You
said-
got a fuzz in your right eyelash. Right eye, yeah. You got it. Okay. Sorry.
I said, it is not cool to kiss someone and then go, never see you again. Bye.
Yeah, it's not cool to kill someone's father and grandmother, kiss them on the mouth passionately, and then go, hey,
Thanks
have
for
a
the
great
motorcycle.
life. Yeah, thanks for the motorcycle and the food. Go fuck yourself. Bing bong.
Paz, Iden explored the house.
Yes.
Took a step outside.
I fucking lost my spot. Sorry. It scrolled back to the top. Yeah.
I didn't repair the bike.
I didn't either. I didn't even know it was an option.
What?
What time would you have had to repair the bike?
I have no clue.
Could you have ignored
I didn't
lunch?
even see the bike.
Could you have ignored like your work and lunch maybe and gone and repaired
Maybe.
the bike? I don't know.
Paul, I know you want me to water the sheep and get the hay, but I'm going to work on this bike.
I'm gonna go work on this bike
I'd like to drive away.
that you don't care about.
Rescued by ghosts?
I said it says escaped yet so. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't escape. The
Yeah.
ghost had to help me.
Yeah? Mine
Yeah.
says escaped yet so.
I told Jay the truth.
Same.
I didn't save Paul. I completed the ritual.
Same.
And I hugged Jay before leaving.
Yeah, I hugged him. I didn't tug him.
Which brings us to separation, the next chapter.
Anxiety.
Which is Jody is doing some experiments. Jody's asked to touch some objects and see if she sees anything, which is like her little flashback thing. So Jody learns that the lab she lives in is owned by the CIA, and she must now enter their training program. Is basically what happens here. Like she's doing an experiment, and then someone shows up. It's Ryan Clayton.
Yeah.
Chronologically, it's the first time he's been introduced to the story.
Yes.
Although we've seen that she gets involved with him on the missions and stuff. And it's like, he's like, it's time now, she's gotta go. And it's like, what? You just gotta...
I came in like halfway through that conversation.
Yeah.
Because I was fucking around for a minute, and then I was like, you're supposed to listen to stuff happening. Because I was like, I remembered the parents, and I was like, I'm not doing it again.
And basically what it is like, this whole time that Jody's been under surveillance, it's, for the CIA. The whole thing's funded by the CIA. And then it's like, you didn't tell me?
To learn that it's like some secret government weapon, really, that they have you there for, it's like kind of like... I mean,
Of course.
you're a child, so you don't know. You know, like you've grown up here, so you don't know. But like as an outside observer, you're like, yeah, obviously, you're on a military base.
So, that's it. You just you gotta pack up your bags and leave.
Yeah, you really don't have an option.
And you're like, and in this one, it's like go get your stuff. You have to go.
Yeah.
And I'm just crying. I just
sit on the couch and cry.
I just sit on the couch and cry. I walk over here. I sit down and cry. She's just crying the whole time.
That's all you did, yeah. Mm-hmm. I smashed the fuck out of my room.
Oh, I didn't even think to do that.
Yeah, I smashed the fuck out of it. I was Iden. I smashed the picture of like me, Dawkins, and Cole together. I smashed the picture of my parents.
Oh.
I broke all the cameras.
I picked up everything, looked at it, and decided to keep it or not.
Yeah.
And if I didn't want to keep it, I ripped it up and threw it away. But like,
I smashed the fuck. The only thing I saved was the rabbit.
See, that's what I wanted to mention.
I
Is
put
like the
bunny under
rabbit
there.
comes up all these times. I thought it was gonna be like a bigger part of the story, like it was gonna have some sort of significance.
Right.
It never does. It's just like she's just a
It's
girl
just
who has a stuffed
it's
animal
like
she likes.
Linus's security blanket.
It's like a lot of people have like a sentimental object that has no other significance, and they just like it.
Yeah, I still have one of those. I no longer. It's just in my house now. You know what I mean? But as a kid, I had a thing that I played with. I slept with. Yeah.
Mine was a dookie in my pants.
There's a dookie in your pants. You just always slept with dookie in your pants.
Yes.
Mine was my pissed-on blankets.
So the paths told Dawkins what you saw.
Oh yeah, I'm not looking at it.
Told Dawkins what you saw.
Told Dawkins what you saw.
Right?
Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
I spied on Clayton and Dawkins.
Clayton and Dawkins.
And I obeyed Clayton.
I threatened Clayton.
Oh, see, I basically was like, I could buck against this, but I'm just gonna. And she's like, okay, sir.
Well, she does defeated at the end. Where mine went where I was like arguing it, and he was like, "Listen, you don't have a fucking option. This is happening. You're leaving right now." And I was basically like, "I'll kill you right now."
I gave up there.
I said threaten, and the room, like, the lights started going and everything started shaking, and I was like, "I'll fucking," you know what I mean? And then either Cole or Dawkins is like, "Jody," and you're like, okay. But I'm like, I'll fucking murder you, dude. And this is why... We'll get into it later.
Well, maybe we can get into it in this next chapter, the dinner.
Yeah, we can a little bit, for sure.
Jody's sitting on the couch, hanging out by herself.
Yeah.
Cash.
Yeah, living the bachelor lifestyle.
Her apartment is trashed.
It's pretty bad. It's not horrible.
I mean, my room's a little trashed.
I would say it's like, she's clearly single.
Yeah.
And just hasn't had anyone over for a minute. It's not disgusting.
I don't leave food garbage out.
I don't do that either. I can't do that.
It's
food garbage.
You're gonna get bugs.
Yeah, I'll leave like the thing where she had like
that cup's been there for like 2 days. I'll leave a cup out.
I can't do the cup either. I can't do the cup. I had a stepbrother leave like a mug of milk in our room 2 separate times.
That was water.
To the point where it like stunk up her room.
If there was like coffee creamer or something, I wouldn't do it, you know? If it's like...
Yeah, I'm like... Yeah. I'll do this stuff where like she had like books and like video games or movies like out and stuff. I'll leave that shit out. You know what I mean? Like the pair of my socks will be by the couch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like there's not food garbage everywhere. I can't do that.
Ryan's like, hey, I was hoping maybe we could, did you get my email?
Ring-a-ding-ding.
I was like, what?
No. You look over, computer's smashed.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I've been having trouble with my email.
This is a very disjointed section of the game, too.
Yeah.
Like, where I was like, your computer's smashed, and I was like, why is your computer smashed? Have you and Aiden been fighting, or
because she has tantrums.
Yeah, which is what's becoming clear, you know what I mean? But it's like, this feels very disconnected, because I was also kind of like, especially from the path I took, of this man just came and robbed you from... This man just basically came and, like, kidnapped you, more or less. Yeah. Like, government kidnapped you. And then, in my story, she said, I'll kill you. You know what I mean? And then you had to go, I guess I have no option. I have to go with these people.
This is years later, though, because you had 3 years of CIA training, and this is, like, sometime after that training.
And it implies that I would imagine it's also after, like, the Sheik mission, where you go and you go to the palace.
Before or after, yeah.
I'd imagine after, because it seems like you have a more comfortable relationship now. Whereas when you were there, it seemed like you had kind of just met each other, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. I can't tell.
I mean, she was pretty candid with him, though. She's like, oh, I feel like everyone's looking at me in this dress.
It was also your option, though, to be candid with her.
Hey, that's very true.
And to be candid with him, because you cannot.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's around that time.
Yeah.
It's not
you're
more
in
than
the CIA,
month. I'd say it's within the a year or so.
Yeah, for
either
sure.
way. He wanted to take you out for dinner, and you're like, well, God, I missed your email, but would you want to come over for dinner tonight?
Yeah, and he's like, that sounds fucking great. Yeah, I'll get a bottle of wine.
Great. So this is very similar to a mission in Fahrenheit, where the cops knock on the door and you're like, ooh, I'm just getting in the shower, I'll come right there.
I'm jacking off, I'm sorry.
And you need to tidy up your apartment to make sure they don't realize that you might have been a murder suspect because you have like blood all over you or something and you don't know how you got there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so you need to like clean up your apartment real fast before the person is like at the door.
You gotta put all the separate penises you have in the freezer.
Yeah, it's the same mission.
Okay, yeah, you're just panicked. Yeah, because that's all this is.
It's panicked cleaning your apartment.
Yeah.
You need to clean up the apartment.
Yep.
Get yourself ready. And figure out what they're going to eat.
Yep.
What did you pick?
So, I cleaned up the apartment. I did a good job.
I did a good job
a good job of cleaning up the apartment. I thought that was really the most important.
What'd you wear?
I dressed casual. I dressed pretty similarly to the way I was in the...
I did too.
I was like, I put on shit and I was like, this is just like the older Route 21.
Yeah, and then she was like, I'm just like hanging out. I just decided to put this on. It's like nothing.
Well, I'm kind of like...
I was like, wow, you're a loser.
Yeah, she is definitely a loser. But like...
She's a total dork.
Yeah.
Did you take a shower first?
I did take a shower before I put clothes on.
Did you see your titties?
No,
I didn't.
No tits, no bush. You know what I mean? I know.
Oh, she's fully waxed in the character
she
model.
Is?
Yes.
That is true. We just watched it together.
We just watched it together
for way too long.
Completion.
Just like I was ready to do in the shower scene, and then it fucking blue-balled me.
I had to boot up Heavy Rain and play the menacing scenes.
So I take the shower.
I'm kidding.
And we're not sex perverts.
I actually like kind of prefer when there's not nudity in games. Personally.
It makes me uncomfortable.
I don't know. It's like, if it makes sense contextually, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not like made uncomfortable by nudity just for the, if it's there for...
It's when it's in moments like it is in Heavy Rain occasionally, and like in this game occasionally, where you're just like, this just feels horny.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It doesn't add, it doesn't progress the story in any way.
Yeah.
It really does feel like it's there just for some titillation.
Yeah, it's gratuity.
Like, I'm like, well...
Yeah.
And I don't even mind that in some media.
Well, it's like...
if I'm watching like some exploitation movie, it's like, I'm going to expect that.
Be Bayonetta or don't do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, either like, or be Dead or Alive or don't do it.
Yeah, this feels very like, hey, we're telling a serious story, but you got a little sugar on the side.
It feels like Peeping Tom-esque.
It does.
It feels very
totally.
Yeah, it feels very voyeur. Which makes me uncomfortable. It gives me like a pit in my stomach. Because I'm not built for that. I'm not built for masturbating outside of windows.
Oh man.
I wish I was, man, but I'm just not cut out for it. Anyway, where the fuck were we in this chapter? Oh, so I'm getting ready. I'm trying to decide what I want to do for dinner. I've flipped through the cookbook looking at recipes, and I'm like, that doesn't sound too bad. Mongolian beef that sounds pretty easy. You know what I mean? Switch to the next one. I'm like, whatever, that sounds easy. Switch to the next page. I go, oh,
pizza pie.
Pizza time. And I order a pizza.
Yeah, I order a pizza.
100% I order a pizza.
Yeah, totally.
Who fucking cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, are we gonna fuck or what? Like, I'll get a pizza here. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I fucked plenty of girls on top of a pizza. I don't care.
I fucked plenty of girls after just eating pizza. Not on top of the pizza.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Sorry. And then motherfucking yeah, he shows up. He showed up like a few minutes after I ordered the pizza, I feel like. Or no, that's not my order of events. I ordered the pizza, then I showered, then I put my clothes on, and then he shows up like right after that. He's knocking at the door.
Yep.
What did you do?
Well, what happened for me is I was getting ready and it's like, oh, he's here early.
Oh, that is what happened.
And there's like a false flag.
You hear the knock on the door, and then what did I do? I did something funny.
I got locked out by Aiden.
Oh, did you? I didn't do that because I definitely fucked with myself. I didn't fuck with myself very much while getting ready.
Aiden's pitching a fit.
Yeah, I heard
Aiden writes on the mirror in the fog like, you don't need him, you have me.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, Aiden, my connection to you is not the same as my connection to a romantic partner.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you're like, it's kind of like if my sister started getting like jealous of my girlfriend. I'd be like, this is fucking weird.
It doesn't imply that Aiden wants you sexually or anything. It just implies like, I don't want another person to be close to you.
He just wants all of your attention and time. And in his defense, I mean, that's not a defendable position, but you're the only thing that can communicate with him. You know what I mean? You're the only. You're all he has at the end of the day. So, take that. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I don't know. Fucking.
Aiden's not pleased. He locks me out of the apartment. I go, Aiden, stop fucking with me.
Yeah.
Even when I'm there, I'm getting the pizza. I'm like, I ordered pizza. Hope you don't mind.
Yeah. Same.
And he's awkward. He's like, oh, I got a bottle of wine. They said it was a good one. I don't know.
I don't know what I'm doing.
And it's like, so he's like, I don't care. Pizza's great. So I go to get the plates and everything. I set the table before he gets here.
Yep, same. I set the table.
And you know what? Similar to Heavy Rain, they keep their plates in like a weird little...
Yeah, that's got to be a European thing. Yeah.
Like that's got to be it. Yeah.
Well, I think it's an only thing. I remember my parents used to have a china cabinet.
Yes.
Which was just like a dresser kind of with drawers, but we didn't use that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was like Thanksgiving.
Right.
And then
this was super
never
casual.
Happened. It was like we just kind of had it in case something happened, but nothing ever happened. We never used it.
No, it's a holdover from a previous age.
Yeah. That's the fine china. And you're like, okay. Cool.
Can we pawn it?
Yeah.
Because life sucks, and like $80 would help.
Can we pawn it? Because I know you're having a hard time with the mortgage.
So he doesn't care about the pizza. We have pizza, and I didn't pitch the fit a little bit.
You kind of decide how much of a fit Aiden pitches during this part, though. You're in control of Aiden.
Oh, there's a couple times where you're not.
No, he does a couple things.
I stopped as soon as I had the choice to fuck up or not.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Oh, I continue to fuck it
you're
up.
in the other room and like he knocks something over and Clayton's like, ooh, oh, you're right, and he's like, yeah, nothing, don't worry about it. But as you're eating the pizza, I want to know that they open the box. It is the greasiest fucking pizza.
It's a shiny baby.
It is. The box is like damp and like it is.
I think it's really
so
supposed
greasy.
to imply that, like, this was a greaseball move.
Yeah.
Like, this was not the option. You know what I mean? But, no, I fucked with him a little bit during dinner because I'm kind of like, fuck Ryan Clayton. Fuck that guy. I mean, you did, by the look on your face. You actually had sex with Ryan Clayton this evening.
I wouldn't go that far.
I told him to go home. I didn't let it go anywhere.
We had dinner. We talked. He was like, "Is Ian always with you?" I was like, "Yeah, but this is like the first person I've had over." I think he
You got a pretty sick apartment, too.
doesn't let me really have much of a social life. Yeah, CIA pays for the apartment.
Yeah, it's like a penthouse. You're when they're like, "Where do you want the pizza delivered to?" And you're like, 9th floor.
Yeah,
you're like, whoa, penthouse, baby.
Overall, it's uneventful. We start kissing. We're macking. Go over to the bed. It starts to get a little hot and heavy, and then I'm like, feel weird. Like she just hasn't been touched in that way. She hasn't had like this degree of intimacy. She kind of freaks out and starts crying, and she's like, I'm sorry, and like Ryan's like, I guess I'll leave. I should go. Not in like a pissed off way, but just like, oh, I guess I'll leave. I'm sorry. And he's not like, bitch, you're not putting out. It's not like that.
Yeah, okay, all right.
But it's like, wait, why don't, I know this is awkward, but maybe you could just talk to her and comfort her a little bit.
Like, you guys don't need to have, you can just
panicked and left.
I was like, I feel like I was able to handle that scenario the first time I had sex. Being like, it's okay, we can just hang out.
Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry it looks like that.
I don't know what to tell you. It's all beat up.
Yes,
it's all self-inflicted.
It does look like chewed gum. So,
I'm into CBT.
The paths. Ordered a pizza.
Yeah, sorry. Ordered a pizza or didn't cook.
Clean the apartment.
Yep.
Dressed casually.
Got it.
I got locked in the corridor by Aiden.
Didn't exit the apartment.
Oh, I did. I stepped out because I was like, oh, he's here, and then he wasn't.
No, I opened the door and I stood there for a minute and there was nobody there and I closed the door. I was like, Aiden, Nosferatu.
I left Jody and Ryan alone.
I said undiscovered, which means that I bothered them, but not enough for Ryan to be like, what's going on?
I didn't sleep with Ryan.
I didn't either.
Yeah, but you could have fucked.
Apparently,
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do it.
Night session. Jody is watching TV while Nathan and Cole are working in the room near her. She gets tired and asks to go to sleep.
Poof.
Nathan says, I bought you a book. I'll read it to you as a bedtime story. Of course, this is child Jody.
Yes, baby Jody, baby Jode.
Jody goes to retrieve the book. She's haunted by visions of 2 dead women.
This is a Haley Joel Osment moment.
It's very similar to when she's getting the olive oil from the garage.
Yep. Let's get all spooky.
When she returns to Nathan, the phone rings. I got the book.
Same.
Nathan's wife and daughter were hit by a truck and killed. You were seeing...
his dead wife and daughter.
Yeah, you were seeing their
this
spirits.
This is Sixth Sense style. Bruce Willis.
There's no paths.
Yeah,
This one just ends.
I wrote, I got the book and saw his dead wife and child like I was Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah. All this does is establish that you can see dead people.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really go anywhere.
No, because this is where it kind of cements that you do see premonitions, because obviously you get it's weird because
But you didn't see a premonition.
That's fair. You just see that they're dead. You just know they're dead before he does, but that's not a premonition because they're already dead.
Right.
You just see the dead people.
But they don't. And which is different because they do establish that she sees premonitions.
Yeah, I guess
this
establishes that the entities exist in the same world as dead people. Like ghosts and entities are within the same realm.
We'll get in. I mean, basically, yes. The other side is where people go when they die.
Yeah.
Where Aiden is from the other side. Aiden's a ghost.
It's like the pool of Hades and Hercules.
Oh, wow. It just made me think of Hades, the game. You haven't played that, have you?
I did a little bit.
Oh,
yeah.
So good.
It's good, yeah. I'm not super into those kinds of games. Though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like fun enough for a moment. They're like one of those I I'm never going to invest time in a game like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy to me.
The gameplay does not...
the gameplay is what it is for me. The
Yeah,
story
no,
is like
the
super
gameplay
like
doesn't
whatever.
fucking
It's like all
engage me.
Oh, I love the gameplay.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, well. You still gotta try Vampire Survivors.
I will eventually. Eventually I'll get there. I got a vacation coming up, and then I'm going to get
log
back
into my Steam.
Well, actually,
Try it for free.
I think I can just download it because we have our linked accounts.
Oh, right.
So yeah.
Well, she can see. It's so inconsistent, and none of it goes anywhere. You can go up to a corpse, you can see how it died, you can see its last memories.
Yeah.
From a third-person view.
Yes.
You can also just see the ghosts of dead people.
You can also channel them if you're in contact with a relative of theirs.
Right, yes. So it's like, but none of this goes anywhere. This doesn't mean anything.
No.
It's just that you have a link to the other side, and there are many different ways to interact with it.
Yeah.
But none of them have any greater significance. There's not like, it's not like, oh, she saw the dead people here, so now it's like there's going to be a scene where it's really important that she can see dead people.
Right.
Nope. It's a little weird. So anyway, the mission. Jody is now in the Middle East, being briefed on a mission about some warlord. Mm-hmm. You might be in Africa or something.
It's like, it feels like Resident Evil 5.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ryan and you are in a tent, and he's like telling you like, this is the warlord, you gotta take him out.
Mm-hmm. He's just giving you like a briefing.
Yeah.
A breakdown.
And I go, we have a little time before I have to leave, right? And you start making out.
I didn't kiss Ryan.
Oh yeah, I kissed Ryan.
You're a horn dog, dude. I fucking hate this guy.
I was like, I want to fuck you in the army tent.
There's nothing like the
fuck each other at gunpoint.
That's a Killer Mike line. It's I fuck like I'm headed to war. Mm-hmm.
And when I'm fucking, I never take my socks off. That's a Busta Rhymes line.
That's also
I think that's the last line of his verse in Pass the Cavassier.
Yeah.
Do you remember that song?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pass the Cavassier.
That's also a characteristic of
me.
Jennifer Aniston's ex-husband in the show Friends.
Wow. I remember that now. Yes.
Barry is, I think, his name. He doesn't take his socks off when he has sex.
I love to watch some Friends. And just go. I watched an episode of Friends at the bar like 6 months ago, and I was like, "Holy shit! I'm laughing so hard at this." Yeah. It was the one where Ross got the spray tan.
Oh Christ! That was those were actually okay.
I was like, "Holy shit!" I know the show's kind of cringe. I get it. I understand, and it's like, what, you live in New York City and you never saw a black person before? I get it, and now you have a fuzzy. Yeah. On your right eyebrow.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. It's these new socks. They're really soft, but they fucking...
I can see that.
Yeah.
I understand the criticisms of the show. It's kind of hack.
Yeah, no, oh yeah. Well,
but then there was the physical comedy, and maybe it was because I was 2 gin and tonics in, but of watching this guy get fucking blasted by the spray tanning machine. It actually got me. Yeah. I was like, I don't know. It's played really well.
I mean, they're all talented actors.
Yeah.
You can't deny that. Whatever you think about any of them, they're all good at their jobs.
It's kind of hack material, but it has some genuine laughs.
And I like the Paul Rudd era.
Wow. Uh-huh. Completely forgot about his presence.
Mike?
Yeah.
Ah, Paul Rudd era is a good one.
The Seventh Friend. Anyway.
This is a weird bond we have. We've both seen almost every episode of Friends, but neither of us wants to just come out and be like, it's a good show.
Because it's not really. It's like it's kind of hack. It's just like it's also kind of good sometimes, but it's mostly hack.
It is mostly hack, but like it's also, I watched it in an era where like I was willing to. I watched it at an age, I guess, where I was willing to like accept the hack. You know what I mean?
Me too. I would watch better stuff when it was on.
Yeah.
But Friends was on 14 times a week, if not more.
My parents divorced and my mom didn't have cable, but she had the Friends box set.
Same here. Oh, so, I didn't have the box set, but I watched it on Fox or UPN or something.
Yeah, we had the years, the money.
It was on like 6:30 and 7 or something. Yeah. You know? Anyway, this mission's very awkward. You're basically making your way through a village stealthily to meet up with this warlord and kill him.
Yep.
I had no clue if I was ever going the right direction.
Yeah, this was
a mini map or something would help.
Or like a waypoint. You know what I mean?
A landmark.
Yeah, anything at all, really. Literally anything at all. Even someone else yelling at you.
Later on, there's a landmark.
Yeah.
There, but here I have it here in my notes. Sometimes you take control of guys and make them kill each other or kill themselves. Sometimes you distract enemies, and sometimes you use stealth tactics to sneak by. And sometimes you just walk right up to them and trigger a cutscene where you fight them. There's zero consistency, and I was constantly left wondering if I was making the right move or not.
Yeah, there was a lot of moments where I was really nervous about making a decision on which direction to go or how to sneak past them because like you said, there's no... I want there to be a rule. I want there to be line of sight, or I want it to be sound.
No, it's literally
I mean?
you were either going to sneak past this person,
or you weren't.
Or, well, sneak past.
Yes.
Maybe you possess him instead.
Yeah, that was the other option.
Maybe you have to, when you walk up to him, you think you're sneaking past him. No, that triggers a fight.
Yep. Then there's the occasion that I did manage to like stealth kill.
I did too. That's also an option. But it's like you never know what the game, because I guess what I'm saying is like it's never contextual. Like, oh, obviously this is where a stealth kill happens. You just go up and you're waiting for the game to give you the next prompt.
I don't want it to spoon feed where it's like, here's the text where it's like, walk over and stealth kill this guy. But like I want you to like be like, this is where, like you said, context clues.
Right.
Give me something
just
to at least leave me alone.
I know if it's a stealth kill, I'm like, oh, I can see a guy and walk up to a stealth kill.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just you just walk up to him. It's like, oh, you triggered a cutscene. It's not a stealth kill. There's no consistency. There's no rule. And the only reason that sucks is because you're always just walking around these guys.
Yeah.
So you never know what to do until it's the last moment when the game tells you, now this is what you're doing.
There's not really any way to change your movement speed, and there's no like crouch on crouch option also. You know what I mean? So it's like you are literally just like walking past.
I think there's a crouch on crouch.
If there was, I didn't know that. There's definitely a go to cover.
Right.
But I didn't think there was like a squat button.
I thought there was, maybe not.
There might have been. I didn't use it, though, if there was.
But it was just very awkward, where it's like, you're just kind of going like, I hope I'm making the right choice, because it's not... Because the thing is, you don't have the option to trigger a stealth kill, or trigger, I'm gonna possess this guy instead. Like, the game will either tell you, oh, now you can stealth kill, or now you can't. Even if it's under the same... circumstance
like
every time.
When you go into Iden mode, it'd be nice if it's like you go up to this group of guys and you can possess any one of them.
No, that's the other thing. Yes, the possession mode.
There's one. They glow.
And why? Why is it only certain people?
I don't. I mean,
it's poor programming. It's just it's not.
And we mentioned at the beginning of this how this feels like growing pains a little bit because, like you've mentioned, you started playing Detroit Become Human. Mm-hmm. They do away with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
They change some stuff up. They go back to what Heavy Rain did with a couple
lot
things.
More, where it's like, listen, you don't need that many options.
No, because you can't like. Unless you allow for all of those options in every scenario, you don't need that many. Or
it should be very obvious through context which of those options is going to be the thing that happens.
I feel like you have to either go like full Hitman, where it's like literally whatever you want, do it. You know what I mean? Or you have to like kind of lead me into everything.
So you're hunting Coney 2012 and you find a child soldier who's been injured. And
he's hurt.
He's hurt, and you heal him.
Yeah, I healed him, yeah.
What's his name?
I don't fucking... he tells you, because you go, Jody.
And he's like... Tim.
My name's Ryan. You're like, no.
Oh, that's weird. Awkward.
Awkward.
You don't understand why, but... Oh, you're so easy to talk to.
I don't remember his name. You can't understand a word I'm saying, and it's just it feels great.
I'll call him.
Yeah.
I'll call him Son. So Son's like, you gotta go this way, and he's like, well, we're going this way. I don't fucking know what's going on.
Somehow you managed to like non-verbally communicate with each other that you're both cool and you're heading to the same place. So you start running through, just blasting motherfuckers.
Yeah, and then you part ways. You're like, I gotta go now. You go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because you get to Joseph Kony's hideout.
Yeah, and then you're like touching dead bodies and seeing. You're like, oh, he's not here anymore. He was here, but now he's somewhere else.
Yep.
You finally get to where he's at.
You get to that somewhere else.
Yeah.
You find it.
It takes a while. It seems like it's gone from day to night, and it's like, great, now it's sunrise, and it was imperative that I fucking finish this mission before dawn.
And it was also imperative that you don't engage enemy combatants.
Oh, that happened a lot.
I know. That was another inconsistency where at the beginning where they're like, no direct engagement with enemy combatants.
The game forces you to do it.
I did that right away. You have to. Yeah.
Stupid. Stupid. So,
bad game.
You're fucking,
No, it's a good game.
kind of a bad game.
It's a pretty good. I had fun with it. I enjoyed it.
I had a lot of fun with it.
It's an enjoyable and fun game.
I would say you need to have, I think I said in the first episode, a certain tolerance for their unique brand of bullshit.
Yeah.
It is like, it's like a difficult friend.
Yeah.
Because it does kind of suck, and I could totally see someone going, I have no patience for this.
Just quitting immediately. Which is what I did the first time I played Heavy Rain. Because I think I was
a fair assumption.
It came out in 2009. I think I was 16 when I played it for the first time. Got halfway through the house mission and said, I rented it from Blockbuster. So I got halfway through the house mission and I said, I don't even want to do this at all anymore.
That is one of the worst intros I've ever played.
Yeah, you couldn't, it's a good tutorial, horrible intro.
Right, mechanics-wise, like, oh wow, I understand how to play this.
I wish I didn't, though. I don't know if I want to keep playing it, though.
So, I'm possessing guys, I'm fucking shooting shit up.
Yeah.
And I get in, and I, possess someone, and we kill the warlord.
Well, you're given options on who to possess to kill the warlord. Who did you pick?
Just a rando.
Did you go on the left side of the building? Like, near the vehicle?
Oh.
Were you near the vehicles?
Yeah.
Okay, because you had to go, grab a AK off of the back of a truck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what I also did. Because I had a thought where, because it said took weapon soldier as the path.
Right.
Which implied that there are other ways you could have done it. And who this soldier ends up being that you possess, that gets shot, if you pay attention to who it is a pretty big plot point right after. Because you kill the warlord, you walk in, you just go...
You unload on the whole room.
You get shot, as I did in this body. It leaves. You're like, oh, cool. You go running in as Jody. You're like, got this, gotta get...
You have to take a picture of the body, much like when you were forced to kill someone in Heavy Rain, and you had to take a picture of the body.
Yep.
David Cage has, I'd say, 26 ideas... and you will see all of them.
No, David Cage has watched 6 movies. And you'll see him borrow from those for the rest of his fucking career. Anyways. So,
it is crazy how many times, I'm in some fucking hut in Africa instead of an apartment complex in New York City.
Yeah.
But it is that I need to kill someone that I don't really want to kill and then hesitantly take a picture of the corpse to prove it.
I'm in a hovel.
It's the same fucking idea.
I know. And so you kill them all. Son comes back in the room. And he's like,
You killed his father.
You killed his dad. You didn't kill his dad. His dad was the soldier you possessed.
Right.
Which is why it leads me to believe that, maybe his dad would have died anyways, but I don't know what the other option was.
I don't either. That bothers me that I couldn't figure that out. But you're going for extraction, and the village is freaking out. They're all going to kill you.
This is a Spec Ops The Line moment.
Yeah, totally.
Very Spec Ops The Line.
I was unsure I was going to get out of this one.
Yeah, I managed to make it into the house. You know what I mean? People are bumping you as you're going.
Oh, I didn't get into a house.
You didn't get into a house?
I got rescued in the street.
Oh, I got into a building.
Oh, I couldn't find a building. You're kind of injured or something? I got hit by somebody. I was crawling. I was not doing good.
Yeah, I don't remember why, but you are limping. At some point.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't remember why. But yeah, you're limping. You're not doing well. You're stumbling around. You're getting just you're getting shit hucked at you too.
Yeah,
I'm sure something like a bottle catches you in the head.
Yeah, totally. You're not doing good.
I make it into a building. and she like fucking hits the floor in the building. She's already called for extraction. They're not there yet. She's panicking. Mm-hmm. You take your gun out, and you hold the gun to the bottom of your like chin, and you're sitting there, and it gives you the option once again.
Wowzer.
You're sitting in this stone, this like adobe house. People are pounding on the door. You can't figure out what to do, and it's pretty much just like, kill yourself or no. And I was like, no, like no. And you look, and like in front of you is a ladder going to the roof of the house.
And you get rescued from there?
You go onto the roof and you get picked up by the helicopter, yeah. Who they just start, also, might I mention, they just start shooting civilians.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like firing into the street yeah.
So you're in the copter.
Yeah, uh-huh. The copter.
Right?
Yeah. I've heard helicopter or chopper. I've seldom heard copter. I've heard rafflecopter, lolcopter.
The news is on. Mm-hmm. In the helicopter.
Yeah. Helicopter!
You find out the person you murdered was the
democratically elected
president of wherever you are.
And that, like, he was about to do some really great things for the country. For the people of that nation.
But we probably wanted to put in some fucking despot, some warlord.
We just want the resources.
Right, but that's what you do, is you take out the elected leader, you put in some fucking hack leader.
It's been happening since
and then you create unrest in the country, or they're a puppet government, whatever.
Whether it's Chiquita Banana or Iran-Contra,
this is how it works.
It's just what happens.
And Joey's like, you lied to me, you used me. And I'm pissed. I'm like, fuck you, I'm done.
I'm like ready to take this helicopter down, you know what I mean? Like,
you jump out the copter? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
jump out.
I bailed.
Yeah, I bailed.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the end of the chapter.
This is why I'll never fuck Ryan Clayton. He stole me from my family.
Let's talk about our paths.
He lied to me. Okay. The mission. Didn't kiss Ryan.
Kissed Ryan.
Spotted in town.
I snuck to the cathedral.
Did you? Avoided capture.
I avoided capture. I can't imagine what the capture was like.
This is a fun one. So, and this is I forgot this moment.
Oh, so yes.
I got spotted at checkpoint. Did you?
At one point you and Son get into the back of a truck and Aiden's driving it.
Yeah.
And there's a checkpoint.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, it's taking a minute. I'll drive through.
I thought like the way it implies, I was like, maybe this is me like pulling out my ID or something. It took so long that I was like, I must have to just plow through. It took so long, I was like, something's wrong.
Yeah.
So I just
me too. Yep.
And she was like, Aiden, no. And you're like,
yeah. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it was great.
So we both got took weapon soldier.
Yeah, took weapon soldier.
I have undiscovered path,
which is didn't attempt suicide.
All right, and rescued in the street.
Rescued on the roof.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Your undiscovered path was deciding whether or not to kill yourself for the second time in this game.
Next up is Old Friends, which is exactly like a scene from Fahrenheit. This is one of the it is the same exact scene.
It reminded me of Heavy Rain a little bit too.
You're distraught. You meet up with this person in the park, an old friend. You meet in the park and you talk it out. Mm-hmm. Like this is the exact same. I think I would love to play that game with you. I think you have a tolerance for old PC games.
Yeah. I do.
I think you're one of the few people I could go, hey, let's play this, and you would tough it out.
I like putting myself in the context of the time.
I think now that you've seen these other ones, like I feel like we should play that game together just to round out the series.
Yeah.
But it is...
Because that's Indigo Prophecy / Fahrenheit, right? That's what it's called?
Yeah, it's like the one... Yeah, it got different titles, but it was remastered and re-released.
Okay.
And that's the version we'd play. But it is crazy how much it's like a prototype of all these things. Yeah.
Well, this it also reminded me a little bit of like the Scott Shelby moments that you have with the mother of one of the victims, whose name I can't remember. Lauren, yeah. Like there's definitely a couple like before the pre-cemetery.
Whose son you kill, but then you still try to fuck her anyway.
I didn't try to fuck her. Okay, you might have tried to fuck her.
I kissed her.
I didn't. Scott Shelby was a pure man as far as I knew. I'm a man of honor.
Scott Shelby did nothing wrong.
At the end of the day, Scott Shelby just wanted someone to be a good dad.
Don't we all?
For once.
Jody meets up with Cole. She learns that her mother is in a DPA institution. And that's the end of this chapter, basically.
I just said Cole's the best.
Yeah, you just meet up with him.
That's my note.
He's like, look, I
I asked about Dawkins.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, what's going on? But...
Yeah, I just kind of was like, what's happening?
But he's like, I found about your mother. She's in a DPA.
It's a DPI.
Oh, okay. DPI institution. You're like, well, I guess that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, you think I'd let you go alone?
Yeah. It's kind of like this funny, like,
girl.
Yeah. It's kind of like this funny, like, hold up. You think I'm gonna let you? You know what I mean? It's like,
we're breaking in.
Oh, what's the fucking movie? Oh, with Cameron Diaz and the other girl whose name I can't remember. And they're just like two girls, and they like drive across the country to try to stop a marriage from happening. There's a glory hole scene in the movie.
Wow, I do not know.
It's funny where Cameron Diaz gets like poked in the eye by a man's penis at a rest stop. Why can't I've got to Google it? I have to.
Wow.
I have to remember what this is called. When I say
I've seen her in There's Something About Mary, and that's about it. I can't think of anything else she was in.
Jason Bateman's also in it. And they
I did not see
have
this.
like the Sweetest Thing.
I never saw that.
You never saw The Sweetest Thing? I mean, it definitely was just like J-off material when I was 12, you know what I mean? But like watching it again as a like slightly older, it's actually like kind of a pretty good movie. It's a very self-aware comedy.
I'll put it on my list.
It's a very self-aware comedy. There's a moment where they're eating those. Do you remember the flavor blasted Doritos from like the late '90s, early 2000s? There's like a moment where Jason Bateman's like sitting eating them, and his buddy's like, "You know those things cause anal leakage, right?" And he's like, like throws. You know what I mean? It's a funny scene that I always remember.
Those don't cause anal leakage.
No, they don't. But
Sun Chips did.
Yeah, Sun Chips did.
No, not Sun Chips. I'm sorry. It
I was
wasn't
like,
Sun Chips.
Fuck it, a Sun Chips.
No, Sun Chips were the ones that had the bags that were impossibly loud.
Yeah.
It was.
It wasn't Doritos Jacked or whatever.
No, it was a special kind of fat-free chips that caused anal leakage in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then they were just like, there's a huge public backlash. They rebranded the product and still sell it.
Yeah.
There was like an enormous public backlash. It's killing me that I can't remember the name of the chip.
I'm pretty sure it was let's see, chip. I'll just Google it. Chip that caused
Anal leakage.
Leakage.
Just a guy named Chip having anal leakage.
Olestra.
Olestra.
Oh, it was Lay's Wow chips.
Yep, wow. Olestra was the thing, because it was like, it's not meant to be food. What it does, it does something where it like
Olestra may cause abdominal cramping and loose stools. It inhibits the absorption of vitamins.
I was gonna say, and what it does, it inhibits the absorption of fat, but in turn,
this is what they were eating, was the Doritos Wow chips.
Okay, yeah,
that's what they're eating
great,
in the movie.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Inhibits the absorption of fat and vitamins, and it's like, well, where does that go? It just goes right out.
They got discontinued in 2016.
Right. So they rebranded, and now they still use Olestra in other chips.
No, they had rebranded to Light, and then Light was discontinued in 2016.
You can still find Olestra chips.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
That was discontinued, but there is still a Lay's Olestra product. It has a new line.
God, I bet you it's those like popped ones that I won't buy because they seem dumb. I see them and I'm like, that seems like dumb, like a waste of money.
Cole and Jody,
I don't know.
are in the chapter called
and I'll report back.
Nora. You sneak into the mental hospital so that Jody can see her mother. You realize, like, this is your real mother, not your fake mother with Philip.
Who was nice to you?
Yeah, she was great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did her best.
Philip should have died.
Oh. I should have killed Philip, frankly.
So you have to sneak in.
Yeah.
You have to like fucking turn all those security cameras and stuff. And I did pretty good. I didn't get caught at all. Did you?
You snuck in?
Yeah.
I walked right up to the front desk.
I mean, once you're in, you need to like, when you're going down the halls, there's like surveillance cameras because when you get in, you go in, but then it's like there's a locked door. You're like, which hallway do we go down?
Yes.
You have to like distract a security guard and open the elevator and everything.
Yes, you keep squatting, and then like there's an electrical door you have to open where you have to go and you have to like fuck with.
You have to use all sorts of maneuvers.
Yes, okay.
And then when you're actually in the wing that she's in, you have to find the surveillance cameras and spin them around.
I don't know if I did that.
Oh, well, I did. It doesn't matter. I don't know if I did it successfully because
it turns out. Way it ends, yeah.
You get into the room eventually with your mother.
Did you go as Aiden beforehand and explore the other rooms?
No.
So there's other, obviously, mental patients in there. You know what I mean? People who are quote-unquote insane. Every single patient in this hospital can see Aiden. The first guy whose room I went into, he was like, you get in there, and he's silent, and the moment you get near him, he's like, please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Go away, please go away. And then you go in the other room, and the guy's like, I can see you. Get out of my room. You know what I mean? Like,
that's crazy.
They can... That's
really cool.
Every single patient in this DPI place can see you. They're all aware of Aiden.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Which I thought was a really cool... Because what you learn about your mother is that she was an affected person in the sense that she also had this ability. She had this entity...
She passed it on to you.
Yes.
The ability.
Yeah, she passed the ability on to you.
It's almost like a trait. It's like a genetic trait.
Yeah, but it also implies that potentially all of these people in this place
have had an entity.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Do they have entities attached to them, or can they just see entities?
That's what I don't know. I'm sure there's a difference. I'm sure there's people
we
who
learn that the reason Jody has an entity is a very particular situation.
Yes. But, yeah, it is a particular situation. But, so, I mean, it implies that it doesn't really ever... We're going to get into it. Basically, you get into the room and you see your mom.
The CIA turned her into a vegetable.
Yeah, they injected her with some fucking...
Is that... Are you not supposed to say that?
You can say vegetable. They put her in a comatose state.
You can say...
You can see anything you want.
As soon as I said it, I was like, I don't know. It seems like a slur, but
it seems insensitive.
Yeah, but that's what happened. I mean, she's completely non-responsive. Mm-hmm. She's on life support.
The lights are on, but nobody's home.
But through Aiden, you can connect with her,
yes.
And she basically is like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, this didn't turn out the way I wanted it to."
Yeah,
you learn that you were basically ripped away from her when you were a child.
Yeah, which you see for a clip quickly in the beginning, but you don't have the full context. Right. You get the full context here. And even then, I don't know if you do. I think you get the actual full context later.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I pulled the plug. I fucking mercy killed her.
I killed my mom.
Yeah.
Did you take her medallion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took her medallion.
Yeah.
I killed and robbed my mother.
Yeah.
I killed and robbed my mother in a coma. No, it was like really sad, but it was like clearly the right thing to do.
It seemed like talking to her spirit, it seemed like that's what she wanted.
I believe her exact words were, I'm just waiting here until I'm set free.
Yeah.
By death. You know what I mean? Because that is the only... You're like, I can save you from this. And she's like, no, you can't. It's too late. Like, this is it for me.
Mercy kill.
Mm-hmm.
I walk outside. CIA's there.
Oof. Oh, that was a fucking save.
Close.
Uh-huh. I got a couple little, little shake drops.
Did Cole rat you out?
I don't know. I can't...
He said, I'm sorry.
Which to me seemed more like I didn't stop them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't think he would rat her out.
He doesn't seem like the type. He doesn't seem like he...
I think that he was tracked.
He accompanied you here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he was followed.
Yeah, I think he was unknowingly tracked.
Yeah, I'm sure they got him bugged.
They bring you back to Dawkins.
Yep.
Dawkins is like, hey, Jody, I'm so glad you're back here. Turns out another country, which I think is China.
It's an Asian country, yeah. Well, you would imagine China. They have the red star.
Yeah.
It seems to be like...
I don't think they say China.
No, they don't. I don't think they want to imply anything. It could be North Korea. Yeah.
China. I'm trying to do a Trump.
China.
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 That was close.
Triple H.
Yeah. Triple H. Everybody says them to. I've always said
the entire D-Generation X.
X-Pac.
The Road Dogg Jesse James. And badass Billy Gunn. I feel like I'm going to like a Clint Eastwood by accident. Of course, the original founder of the DX, Shawn Michaels.
Is this literally him from when he was in WWE?
They're all wonderful. I'm going to be in the Millionaires.
WWE is a great organization. I've always said WWE, wow.
The fucking Vince versus Trump at WrestleMania. I think it was at WrestleMania. It's a Millionaires match or whatever. So good.
I
oh my god, it's fucking rules.
I was never a wrestling guy. It totally was.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It totally fucking over my head. I had a couple white trash friends who had the toys, but that was it.
I wish that there was like fucking Eric Bischoff fought Obama or something. I wish there was other presidents who had been in a wrestling ring.
Right.
It's so fucking sick.
Jeff Bezos versus George W. Bush.
Jeff Bezos versus George W. Bush.
Yeah, it's a billionaire fight.
Dawkins says, if you can help us shut down this other country's portal, CIA is going to set you free once and for all. This is your one more and you're out.
Just trust me, babe. It's the last one and then I'm done.
So, here's my paths. I did not ask about Dawkins. You did.
I did, yeah. Did you learn your papa's name?
I did.
I learned my father's name. I don't remember it now, but...
Lewis.
Sure. Tim.
It was Lewis Black.
Black,
I distracted the guard using the electrical panel.
That's what I did too.
All right, cool. I didn't explore the cells with Iden.
I did.
And then, after I saw that, I was like, motherfucker, I can't believe I missed that.
They all just kind of scream at you to leave the room after a minute.
That's fine, but it still adds a nice depth to the story.
Yeah, I was glad I did it.
Ended Nora's suffering. And I took the medallion. Does the medallion ever come back? I don't remember it coming back.
I don't remember it either. Oh, it got warm. It was rough by the end.
I fucking hate when that happens.
I was like, oh.
Alright, briefing / Dragon's Hideout.
This is a pretty disjointed... Sorry, this is a chapter that kind of hops all over the place a little bit. Because it opens up with... What is that?
You can hear the neighbors very clearly.
You start out and you're like being interrogated, like hanging by your wrists.
You're seeing a vision of the future, basically. Yeah. It's very similar to the homeless chapter, where it's like you see the end of the chapter before.
Yeah, before you actually get going.
So these are glimpses of what's going to happen. It's not actually.
Yeah,
you're not playing yet.
No. No, I'm pretty sure you are. You open with the interrogation, and then it takes you back to the submarine.
I don't think you make any choices in the interrogation, though.
I thought you did. I thought you decided whether or not to talk. That's the order of my paths.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm wrong. I did not talk.
No.
And
I let him
what happened?
I let him take his eyeball, and then I talked.
I didn't talk.
No.
And Ryan's like, don't talk, don't worry. I would have done the same thing, don't talk.
Yeah. He's like, I let them take his eyeball, and then I started talking. He goes, Jody. He's like really disappointed in you that you spoke. But I was like, I just wanted him to take your eyeball, you
If I was in that situation, I'd be like, they're going to kill me once they get the information. I'm not going to talk.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. I'd try to die before I got there.
Yeah. I'd have my little cyanide packet or whatever, you know?
Oh, I will fight until you kill me because I'm putting up enough of a fuss, or I escape.
Yeah.
You know, I want to die right away.
But in those situations in the games, I try to never talk. But anyway, you have to infiltrate a base, but you don't know where the base is. So it's you and like 5 guys or 4 guys.
I thought it was just you and Ryan. In a Subway.
In a Subway?
In a submarine, sorry. In a Subway sandwich shop. I thought it's the two of you in a submarine.
Remember where you're all skiing? You're like cross-country skiing before you get there?
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, yeah. Yes.
Now,
yes.
I was...
boring.
I'm very active on Twitter lately.
Are you? I don't have a Twitter.
I was tweeting some of my thoughts about this game as I was playing it.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Seems out of character, that's all.
I like Twitter.
Yeah.
I've always liked Twitter.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like it because it's what I used to like about Tumblr or Facebook, but it's like if you curate your community, it's kind of just like cool people sharing their thoughts about stuff that you like, and it's not like some of the terrible stuff you see on Facebook.
Yeah, you'll see some upsetting things on Facebook.
People don't get too personal on Twitter, in my experience.
I'm sure they definitely. I mean, from what I hear, they definitely do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I have a very curated.
Seems easier to avoid those things too.
Yeah.
On Twitter, yeah.
Like I don't personally know most of the people on there. You know.
Right.
There are other gamers that I interact with. Mm-hmm. And I said something along the lines of, "Hats off to David Cage for not including a pissing scene in this game." Moments later,
you had to edit the tweet.
You can't edit
within
tweets.
10 minutes. You had to post a tweet reply that said,
I did.
Never mind.
Yep. You are with like 4 or 5 other guys. Mm-hmm. It might be 4. I think it's Clayton and like 2 or 3 others.
Yeah, I don't remember the number. I barely remember this.
There's like an Asian guy who's really a douche. I remember him specifically. Yeah. And
I really
2
don't
others I can't remember.
This part very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cross country skiing.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, we don't know where the base is. We got the coordinates. We're here. We can't find it.
Yep.
You see a little cabin. You gotta go in there because you're dying. You're so fucking cold. Mm-hmm. You're on like a suicide mission almost. You feel like. Mm-hmm. Jody's like, I gotta go outside and piss. You go across the street. You're like, over there looks good. Mm-hmm. She squats down and starts pissing. And I go,
I'm here for the pissing.
That is not the issue I have, because I go, you know what? Any fetish you're into, within reason.
Yeah.
If it's not harming anyone.
You want to pop a balloon?
I don't care. It's all good to me. I get it. I have my own strange fetishes. I get it. Mm-hmm. We all like something.
Yeah.
If pissing is what you're into, that's cool.
Caveat.
I don't even really have an issue with this, but I do believe that David Cage has a piss fetish.
I think so. Mainly because
why would you include pissing in all of your games? Because here's the thing. Mm-hmm. Pissing in Postal, it's funny.
Funny. Fits.
It fits. You can puke and piss.
We've done this before.
You can puke and piss. Yeah, but Andrew was doing a bit that he didn't... He was just saying no to everything.
I hear you.
Pissing in certain games, like old FPS games, like Duke Nukem 3D, you walk to a toilet, you piss.
Yeah.
Oh, feels better now. Or whatever.
Right.
It's like, that's kind of funny.
Just that crude, shitty humor, yeah.
In Heavy Rain, the piss scenes are just... It's just someone taking a piss.
But
it's completely unnecessary.
It feels immersive.
It feels immersive, but the way it's portrayed... It's just like, here's a shot of someone pissing.
For too long, usually, too. Yeah, it's usually, yeah. And what would really be immersive is if you also had to shit and eat and drink water. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just the pissing is an oddly...
I go, here, I totally get it. It is immersive. People piss.
Yeah. I bet you if he got pissed on in the shower, he'd blow right away.
Oh, yes.
If he was, like, in a shower getting pissed on, he'd just be calming buckets.
Here's the thing. People piss.
Yeah.
People do a lot of things. Mm-hmm. People are barefoot all the time. It happens daily, probably. Once a day, you're probably barefoot, at least.
Yeah, you take your socks off at least once a day. Yeah. Most people.
But someone like Tarantino might put a little more focus on that part of the human experience than other parts of the human experience.
Yes.
Much as David Cage has put, much like David Cage, has put a lot of focus on this one bodily function and no focus on any other bodily functions.
He puts a little bit of focus on coming. He puts a little bit of focus on like getting hard and coming.
I love that every character can piss in Heavy Rain. All 4 of the playable characters. And you guys didn't. I remember when we played with Andrew and you. Mm-hmm. You guys didn't see the Scott Shelby piss.
I never Scott Shelby pissed. No, you unlocked. You 100% completed the game.
But it was so funny that I tweeted out like I was like, good on him. You know, he's got Elliot Page, then Ellen Page, this young woman. Mm-hmm. Not going to put her in a scene where she has to piss.
You haven't shown her tits and she hasn't pissed.
Right. Where the previous game, you had that woman who was pissing and showing her tits all the time.
Tits out, just pissing all over the place.
Pissing all over her tits. Uh-huh. And I go, Jody's not going to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Jody is in the most dire situation she's ever been in the whole game. The homeless thing was rough.
Yeah. But your scene would have made more sense.
You're homeless in a big metropolitan area. You know, there's probably
easier
a shelter.
To be homeless, yeah.
You're in the desert, but you actually found a family pretty quickly. That was pretty rough. Mm-hmm. Being trapped in the Arctic, in enemy territory, is arguably the most dangerous one.
Oh yeah, hands down, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's where she pisses.
Yeah, that's where she lets her.
And she squats and does a long piss.
Thank God.
While she's pissing, she sees a convoy of military trucks drive by, and they're all white. It's all snow. It's all camouflaged.
Yep.
You're like, that's where the base is. Mm-hmm. You go back in. You go into the base. Mm-hmm. It's Metal Gear Solid time.
Yeah.
Big time. Just big Metal Gear Solid vibes for me.
I got caught immediately.
Really?
I got caught immediately.
I did not. How'd it go?
You like get out and it's like, you should be careful. Make sure you don't get... Ryan goes like, don't get too close to anybody. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, got it.
When you're in the base.
Yeah, I'm in the base now.
I thought you got caught pissing.
No, I got caught in the base immediately. And he's like, don't get too close to anybody. And it seems like you can either go like right or left. I chose left because it seems like that's where you're going in and you're going past the commander you saw earlier. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of try to stick to the wall on the right because all Ryan says is don't get close to anybody. And based on all the other stealth moments...
Zero consistency.
You just really have to not be close to them and they don't notice you. So... He's not even in my field of view. You know what I mean? He's not in my field of vision. I'm against the wall walking. I try to just go through the main entrance, like just try to walk in. Immediately I'm caught. And then immediately Ryan Clayton, in like the least like yes and moment of his life, just like rather than like trying to maintain that you're both soldiers for this army or something, or like trying to like hold on to your... Ryan Clayton immediately pulls a gun and points it at one of the soldiers. You know what I mean? And you're like, immediately you're fucking this up for us. You know what I mean? I mean, I fucked it up by getting caught, but I got caught right away.
I made through kind of stealthily.
Yeah?
And then it was like, I think I forgot something. I don't know. And I think there was one guy left we had to shoot or something. But I put on one of the soldiers' uniforms that we knocked out.
Yep, I did that as well.
And we go into the subs. I go into the submarine.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, I did that part. Yeah.
Okay. And it's like, wait, what are you doing? You're like, I don't know, but I'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, cool, Jody. This is not the time for improvisation, but all right. So Ryan's like, I'm going with her. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, oh, fine, whatever. You're gonna fuck in the submarine. I don't know why I don't
remember the opening. I remember the submarine on, and I have like no memory of before that. It's weird. I have a blank spot.
It's right around Christmas.
Yeah, I definitely got hammered one of those nights. So,
sorry. So. Basically, you need to go... You're taking the submarine into the military base. Mm-hmm. And you dock. And you're like, holy shit, we made it in.
Yeah.
And you're like, hold on. And you fucking possess the captain guy.
That's what you did?
Yeah, and he starts walking you through.
This is where I got captured, because I just tried to walk past the captain guy.
Okay, well, I possessed him, but he gets tapped or something, and it's like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
We're like right down the hallway, because what you're trying to do is go to place where the portal is and shut
Yeah,
it
where
down,
the
like you
condenser
did
is, yeah.
earlier in when you shut down the other portal.
Yep, in the fucking basement of the government building.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is too easy. I don't like it.
You get caught.
Get caught. And it's like, that thus is the interrogation.
Yep.
Interrogation's over in your cell. Jody's passed out. You're Aiden.
Oh, okay. Yep.
You're like trying to like figure out what to do.
Yeah, because she's just like on the ground, right? She's like sitting
Yeah.
against like a box, all beaten,
Yeah.
bloodied. Yep.
But eventually, you get her up to snuff. Mm-hmm. You have to go rescue Ryan. Did you find him?
Yeah, I healed Jody. Mm-hmm. Then I went and I healed Ryan. Mm-hmm. I don't remember if I healed Ryan first. Excuse me. I went and it took me like 3 tries to possess a guard properly.
Yeah. It was
To
not
do this
easy.
part. No, because I did it in the room. I went to pull the thing. They immediately notice me, tap me. I unpossess him. They kick him out of the room. I repossess him. Go into the room with the guns. Immediately, I'm caught. I leave again. Realize I can possess the guy in the gun room. Kill myself.
Yep.
Or no, I think you choke him. You choke him.
I like did a thing where I had a guy grab a wrench and he like conked out the guy in
Yeah.
the gun room and yeah.
I went into the gun room with the guy and tried to just grab the gun while the other guy
I
was
did
in
too.
there.
It was like no, and I saw a wrench and I was like, oh, that I can use that to knock
I
him
went
out.
back into the room and just choked the guy and then made the other guy turn around and go back in, grab the gun, blasted the guys in the control panel. Yeah, healed Ryan, save him, get him out of there. He's missing an eye. He's like
fucked up.
It's gone.
Yeah, they cut it out.
Yeah.
Their portal is underwater.
Yeah, and you do this thing where you do the classic move where you're like, you go get the submarine, I'll be there. If I'm not there in 10 minutes, leave without me. And you go to the fucking...
You go deep into the base.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
You put on a special hardcore scuba suit.
Yeah, like Dead Space style.
Yeah. You fucking go down. You shut it down. You're dodging entities.
There's a big old, like, Cthulhu style,
Yeah.
fucking weird anglerfish, you know what I mean, looking thing.
Yep. But you do successfully set the self-destruct.
Yeah, you get it to self-destruct.
As you get out, you think you're safe. You're gonna go meet up with Ryan. Someone's like, "You American bitch," and then he's gonna kill you.
Yeah. It's the captain from earlier.
You fucking take him out.
I beat the
with
fuck
relative
out of this
ease.
dude, yeah. Uh-huh.
And you're like, "Where's Ryan?
With
Oh no!
relative
Oh no!
ease.
Oh no!"
Yeah, you get out. Well, he also. I start to take him out. It's going okay for me, like I'm winning. A tentacle from the entity grabs him and fucking rips him. It skewers him like a Saddler in Resident Evil 4 when he kills I'm not gonna remember his name.
Salazar?
No.
Luis.
Yeah, when he kills Luis, it's just suddenly like through the heart, you know what I mean, and then pulls him into the water. You get out of there. You're like, where the fuck's Ryan? Suddenly, Ryan pops out. Hey, fuck me now.
Sorry, I kept you waiting. So you go in, you escape.
Yep.
The place fucking blows up.
Yeah, you're like running away in the submarine. It's like very.
It's like a Super Metroid situation.
Yeah, where like the explosion's pushing the boat along, and you're like, oh!
And then you get out. You're both you're swimming up to the shore.
The ice shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get out. You're both freezing to death.
Yeah, you are like the color of Jody's face in this scene is like concerning. You know what I mean? How
you are
pale it
dying.
is.
You are dying.
Yeah, you're gonna die
from
soon.
exposure.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Shockwave killed the boosters.
Ryan's like, "Do you forgive me? I'm sorry."
The hole's breached.
No.
Do you forgive him?
No.
No, I didn't either. Fuck that.
you.
Yeah, fuck you,
No,
dude.
I'm still mad.
No, I'm not gonna forgive you.
No, I don't forgive you.
You're the reason I'm here. 100%.
You manipulated me.
You manipulated me. You made me
lied to me.
kill somebody. You
made me kill. So I believe in democracy.
Yeah. You ripped me from my home for the second time in my life. You know what I mean? Like, so no, you're not forgiven, Ryan. Like, I'm sorry if I'm emotional over here. Listen, I just went through a breakup. I'm not about to forgive Ryan. Did you tell him you loved him, though?
I still love him.
I told him I loved him. I felt bad.
I don't forgive you, but I love you.
I felt
Listen,
bad.
I love you, but I'm mad at you.
I think you can do the both. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you can be like, we can't. I still love you, but this no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't forgive you. You
That's how I
suck.
feel about many people.
Yeah, there's plenty of people in life that like that.
So As you go, well, I guess we're gonna die. Your boys roll up and they're like, there they are, get them! And you're safe. That's the end.
Yeah. Which is good. I'm going to be honest with you. We're going to get to it in a minute, obviously, because this is the...
There's like 2 more chapters.
There's 2 chapters left, plus the epilogue. They end a lot of these chapters the way that a lot of bands from the 80s end songs. Like the way Oingo Boingo ended most of their songs. The way you're like, what's the ending to this? And you go, it's just the chorus faded out. You know what I mean? You're like, that's not an ending. Like, that's just... The song just kind of stops.
Well, I had my notes, too. I didn't mention it when we were talking about, like, the village thing, but it's like... I had... When I got picked up... The whole village is about to kill Jody. How did she escape? Who knows? I know that I got rescued there because I didn't leave.
Yeah.
But it's like... And fade. Now I'm in the helicopter.
Yeah. I don't...
It's like... What happened? It worked out.
Yeah.
A wizard did it. So,
that is very much like, you're very much like, just, things just stop. And you're just like, next chapter.
Next song. Next song. Paths. Refused to talk.
I talked.
You bitch. Infiltrated the base.
Arrested early on.
Infiltrated the base with possession. Probably undiscovered path for you.
It says undiscovered.
I managed to escape the base.
Same.
I didn't forgive Ryan.
Did not.
I told Ryan I love him.
That's what I said too.
All right.
I said didn't forgive Ryan, but I told him I loved him because I felt bad. Otherwise, fuck Ryan.
Hauntings. This is another one without a lot of stuff going on, but Jody is waking up. There's ghosts in her room.
Yep.
She's freaking out.
Scared.
They seem to be trying to tell her something. She doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, aren't they literally the wife and daughter?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you got another Sixth Sense scenario.
You know what's going on.
No, you're confused.
You leave. You walk down the halls.
For whatever reason, your door's unlocked now.
Yeah. You follow the ghosts.
Yep.
They led you to Nathan.
This opens up, by the way, with you going to Cole, where's Nathan been? Because he hasn't been around for a few days.
Right, I forgot about that. Yes,
and Cole
yes.
is basically just like he's really
morning.
loved his wife and daughter. He's been sad. You know what I mean? You're like, okay. And then you go in and like he is like
he's wasted.
It is like
he's white girl wasted.
Yeah, it's like sad.
Sad
Drunk. You know what I mean? Where you go, oh hey buddy, we got to get you in bed. You know what I mean? Where you go, hey no, and they're gonna fight back, and you go no, you know.
Oh no,
it's okay, it's okay. No, I clean.
So it's a sad scene.
It's very sad.
And you're like, you grab his hand and you can show him.
I showed him.
Yeah, I did too.
It starts out. I need you to know. So you walk into this room, and this is when you see the snow globe again.
Yep.
Number 1, which I was like, that's a set piece, not just because of Fallout New Vegas. It's a set piece. And then number 2 was I go. This is the first time I go. Oh, what are Norman's motivations the rest of this game? You know what I mean? I go, ooh, what are Dawkins? What is the Green Goblin?
Right, because you're seeing child Jody.
Yeah, so you're seeing things you haven't seen.
So you didn't know that the entire time you've known Dawkins, this was hinging on this interaction.
Yeah, and we should also, I think we glazed over it earlier, when you have the old friends chapter where you meet back up with Cole and you ask what's going on, he lets you know. Because I got the ask about Dawkins thing. I should have mentioned it because you didn't ask about Dawkins.
I did not.
He fills you in that Dawkins has become head of the DPI.
Oh.
So Dawkins is now running the government organization that he used to work for that studied you and this stuff. And when you channel his dead wife and kid through yourself to him, at first he's like, cut this shit out, stop it. Then you switch to like his wife's voice. Because like his daughter just kind of sounds like you. His wife's voice is his wife's voice.
Right.
And he's like, oh, fuck. And then you stop. Because they leave. You don't have control over channeling them. And he starts panicking in a very real and sad way. Where he's like, make them come back. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not done talking to them. Jody, do it. Like, he's clearly just a drunk grown man yelling at a 6-year-old to let him talk to his dead wife and daughter. And like, this little girl cannot. It was a very sad scene, you know what I mean? Like, that little girl can't grasp everything that's happening right now.
She's doing a lot for you, man.
Yeah, the fact that she even channeled that is, like, unbelievable. And for her to understand that's what you might have needed, and for you to ask more of that, you're like, fuck, there's something broken inside of you. Which, you know, your wife and your daughter just died out of nowhere.
I can't blame him for being the way he is, but
No.
also, sober up.
You're at work.
That's the end.
Chapter ends.
I don't think you even get a choice. I don't remember. There's no paths on this one.
Yeah, I just said, I showed him his wife and daughter.
Black Sun. The CIA agrees to release Jody because you finished that job for him. I'm leaving. Everyone's saying goodbye.
Yep.
It's heartfelt. We're going to go get some drinks later. Me, Cole, and Ryan, we're all going to hang out.
Yeah.
I'm heading down the elevator.
Well, actually, okay. It opens up. It's just you and Ryan before Cole comes there. Ryan's trying to be like, Jody, I love you. What's your choice? What's your decision here? Did you get this, too? I said, eat shit and die. I pretty much was like...
Ryan declares his love to you.
Yeah. And you are given the option to accept it and reciprocate.
I said, you know what? As someone who's been in a lot of traumatic and problematic relationships in the past, yeah, we can try to work it out.
Is that what you said? I said, listen, I love you. We've got too much traumatic and bad history.
But wouldn't it be great if you could see through it and make it work? Wouldn't it be great if you could actually make it work? I mean, it's never happened, but imagine if you could be the exception to the rule.
I mean, never.
I don't know if you ever had to break up with someone who, like, you really loved but was, like, terrible for you and like, you just made each other's lives hell.
You're friends with me right now, man.
I'm not friends with you. I don't know anything about you. Who the fuck are you? How'd you get here?
That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, it sucks, man.
But imagine if you could just pull through and make it work, and it could just be magical. Wouldn't that be great?
It's been 6 years of my life.
I know, but imagine the 7th year is the one.
That's the one where you
7th inning stretch.
We took a break, and now... No, I hear it.
And it felt so bad. I was like...
You'd say yeah, but you said yeah.
We'll try it out.
I didn't.
And I was like, that's dumb. I don't know why I did that.
I wrote specifically, I said, because we'll get to it, I mean, let's just say it now. We'll get to it when we get to the past, but I said, refused or postponed Ryan's declaration. I said, Ryan can fuck off. Why are they forcing this relationship? Like, why is the game forcing this? It is the...
Trauma bond.
It is the only romantic relationship that they force throughout the whole game. There's one or two other ones that are, like,
because
lightly
he's an alpha,
implied.
and he's very persistent.
I mean, that's how all of our fathers met our mothers, but... well, I just harassed her until eventually she broke down and said, if you'll leave me alone, I'll say yes.
You go see Dawkins.
Yeah, you go
in
see
his
him.
office.
Yep. Get there. Cole follows you, I think. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a little bit, but I don't think he doesn't go in.
No, because he leaves because he's got a single malt he's got to share with Ryan.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna go up to Cole's office and have some drinks to celebrate and cool off after the fucking intense time they just had.
Yeah. Understandable. Worth mentioning, the DPI now has a full rift open that they are controlling. This is visible through the windows at the DPI and stuff. They mention it at the beginning, too.
They're operating with a rift, yes. An Oculus Rift.
Something that Dawkins had said they would never do again when you talked to Jody earlier in the game. After you close the first one. Yeah.
Because she says if you ever do that again, the world's going to end.
Yeah, I'm outie 5. Yeah. World's outie 5.
This is done.
Yeah.
So, Dawkins is like, hey, we'd love for you to stay on, but we're going to cut you loose. Here's a check.
Yeah.
You take it?
I took it $500,000 and a new name, new identity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd do that right now.
And he goes, hey, can I show you something else?
I said, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever, bitch. Show me.
Please don't pull it out, but you can show me something.
He starts singing Happy Birthday, Sweet 16.
He starts going, Happy Birthday, Mr. President.
Happy Birthday, Sweet 16 is a song about watching a little girl grow up, and then she's 16. You're like, now I'd like to fuck you. I've watched you grow since you were born.
17.
Yes.
No, I'm familiar with
Leave her alone.
I guess
they said.
I don't know the words to it, but I'm familiar with the song.
It's like Benny Mardona's. So
It's fucking Woody Allen or somebody. I don't know.
fucker opens up a fucking secret portal in the wall, shows you that he's got his wife and child trapped in some ectoplasm chamber.
You know, it's immediately clear they're trapped. like
They're like pounding on the
it
walls.
turns it on, and they're both like.
And he's like, I come see them every day.
They're so happy to see me. And he walks up and he's like, I love you, my loves. And they're like, ah!
He can't communicate with them. No. He wants Jody to channel so they can speak. I go, no, I can't do that.
I'm not gonna do that.
I go, not only can I do that, what you're doing is insane and you need to let them go. They're trapped and this is not good.
I went with Implore, I think was the option, where it's like, it was like, I can't believe you'd ask that of me, and I can't believe you're doing this. You know what I mean? Like they're in pain, they're suffering.
He doesn't care.
No, he's like,
he goes
you're
right
a
over his head.
You're a liar.
Is not identify with what you're saying in the slightest.
No, he's disconnected from reality.
You leave.
Yeah,
it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're like, I gotta get out of here.
Not so fast, bitch. Fucking sedated, captured.
Yep.
They're like the leader of the CIA, whoever he is. General
He's a general
Patton.
or something. Yeah, I was literally going to say General Patton, but it's like McCullough or something like that. You know what I mean? Matt McCluster.
McCluskey. He's there, and he goes, "We didn't know what to do with you. You're so powerful. If you crossed over to the other side, you'd be an issue.
So
and if we let you go, you'd be an issue. So we figured the best thing to do would be to put you in a snow globe for the rest of your life."
Same thing you did to they did to your mother. They're literally giving you the same drug they gave to your mother to do the same exact thing to you.
So they strap you down to a table.
Yep.
And they're administering the drug.
Getting the IV drip going.
Yep.
And then, in classic Final Solution villain behavior, just leaves you there alone.
Yes.
Just goes, oh, this is the final...
And everything's going to go according to plan.
If I leave it unattended, slams and locks door. Yeah.
Aiden says,
But he also, it can't break her out. He's not strong enough.
No, because there's like a containment chamber there or something.
Yes. I don't know. It feels like his strength is directly in correlation with her, yeah. But you can go further in this mission than you can in any other mission.
Sometimes.
I know, it's not fucking consistent at all.
There's no consistent rules.
Yeah.
It's completely contextual, and it's, again, the writing in these games has limitations.
Yeah, that's a way to put it, I guess. Yeah.
Are you looking for consistency and a lack of plot holes? Then don't play these games.
You're in the wrong fucking place, dude.
If you want to go, that was pretty wild.
Yeah. I wonder what happened if I did this. Then this is a game for you.
If you want to go, what happens if I
don't
let the baby burn?
Hurry.
You go, what happens if I don't stop this?
So I was like, hey, that single malt looks pretty good, but you gotta go save Jody, Ryan, Cole, come on.
Yeah, just start smashing shit around in the room.
They're like, Aiden, is that you? First they're like, did you feel that?
Yeah.
Huh?
And then Ryan goes, are there any other entities? Are there any entities in this building? And Cole's like, no, that's insanity. That'd be crazy if we did that. And they're like, huh, weird. And then I throw an entire chair against the wall, and they're like, something must be up. Hayden?
Aiden's like,
where's she, boy?
and so there's little LED panels along the walls and stuff. You gotta basically be like, follow this.
Yeah,
look over here.
You just guide them like breadcrumbs.
Again,
they're a couple bumbling idiots.
There's another surveillance or security guard who's like, hey, can't go here. And then I go, check the list. They're like, you're on the list. And Aiden goes, hold on, I got this.
Yeah.
He changes the list. I'm like, why don't you check the list again?
Check it again. Mike Penis?
I'm so sorry. Mr. Penis, you are on the list. So you go. You get there.
Yep.
Oh my god. Jody. You free her.
Joders.
But it's all for naught.
Your dog's gone crazy.
Because Dawkins has gone crazy and opened the portal
God,
so he can be with his family again. Because you wouldn't, because you selfish...
bitch. Well, you're not going to say that, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, you selfish... no. But, you know, I don't think this could have gone any other way.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
No, I don't think so.
Because even if he talked to them once, it wouldn't be enough. He'd go, I want to talk to them again.
Well, here's the thing. If you actually communicated what they wanted to say, I don't think you'd be stoked on what they were saying.
No.
Because it would be...
But he'd probably kill himself on the spot.
I don't know, because I think he'd be...
I don't know.
I have a weird memory of, did I actually do it?
I don't know if he did it.
I think I did, because I mean...
I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest.
I think I channeled his family to him for a moment. Oh no, never mind. Keep going.
Okay. Because, yeah, the family does eventually connect with him.
Uh-huh. Yep, that's what I was thinking of. I was like, I thought it was earlier, and I was like, no.
I'm assuming you got the same results I did. Holy shit, we gotta shut it down.
Yeah, we gotta get it.
We gotta shut it down.
Uh-huh.
Shut down the portal. Mm-hmm. So you're making a mad dash. Entities are fucking everyone up. It's the lab all over again.
Yeah, you're a little sneaky snake making your way through there with Cole and and Ryan.
Yep.
They're following you. You're doing I did a good job. I snuck through just fine. You
know who didn't make it? Cole didn't make it, and I think I could have saved him.
I did save. You didn't save him?
I should have learned after I didn't save Paul.
Matthew Hall. Cole is the only light in this world.
Sick afterward. It did make me upset for a minute. Right?
Wait though. Did you leave him behind?
I left him behind.
You didn't go back to drag him in?
No.
Matt, I thought you just didn't heal him.
I thought I couldn't.
Oh, I did it. Ryan's a bullshitter and a manipulator, and he tells you there's no time.
Yes,
you go
he did.
for it. And as you're grabbing him, he again yells, "You can't. There's no time." You make it. And then he gets in there, and you go, "Cole's hurt," and he's like, "Leave me. I can't come with you. You guys got to go and finish this without me."
You could heal him.
You can heal him. Uh-huh.
No, I did not do it.
I did. I healed him.
I let him get eaten by entities. It's fucked. I can't believe I did that.
You fucker. He's the only good part of this game. He's the only consistent and pure good. Oh, yeah, the battery. He's just been charging no batteries for the past 3 hours. If there was at least one in there, it'd be worth it. But
no. Anyway, had to do a quick edit there because I had the battery pack charging with no battery in it and had the cable plugged into the battery pack, so the camera's
just been slowly dying the whole time.
I saw a flashing red light. Much like all the flashing alarms and everything that were going on during the scene.
Yes.
As you get closer to this to the place.
And the flashing red light going on in Matt's brain when he realized he let Cole die.
So the black sun has burst. It's enormous. You know, there's basically
black.
Very good. Wow.
I didn't want to go for it.
You're like at like ground zero.
Yeah, it's literally like you can't really see anything at all.
It's white light and just entities, and you're seeing like
it's like a sandstorm almost, where it's just like ash, or like Wizard of Oz style Twister. You know what I mean? It's kind of what it's like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
you're walking through with Ryan.
Yeah, and you have like little portable protection.
You got little like belts.
Yeah, like you get in control and shit.
Yeah.
But mine, failed after a minute.
Yeah, so what happens is we're walking for a minute. I believe you and Ryan get separated for a second. Mm-hmm. And then, do you still have it on when you run into somebody else?
You do or you don't, but you do eventually run into...
Yeah. You run into the Green
Dawkins.
Goblin. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he's got so the whole time you're walking through here also, it's almost like like purgatory or something, because there's a bunch of like lost souls.
You're
walking
seeing the
past you.
souls like going through.
Yeah,
they're not just like the sperm entities anymore.
No,
They
no,
have
these are
human
full on
forms.
human. Yeah. And so here's Green Goblin wandering around. He has a gun.
He's like, I can't see them.
He's like, I can't see them.
She goes,
Where are
maybe
they?
it's because they can't recognize you anymore.
Yeah, is that what you said? Because I remember him being like, I know they want to see me. And you being like, they, you know what I mean? They don't, like, I guess not they don't, but I believe he,
I basically said, like, you've changed and you're not connecting with them.
Yeah, I remember saying something along the lines of, like, you can't fight this. Like, what are you trying to do? You know what I mean?
And he's like, I'm so sorry. I was wrong. I was so wrong.
That's not what he said to me.
And he shot himself in the head.
What? Mine goes, I go, you can't do this. Like, you're insane. You're losing your mind. And he goes, no, you can't be right. And he shoots me. I fucking clips me in the shoulder. I hit the ground. And then he kind of like starts coming more towards you. Fucking how does it go? You get back up and you start fighting him and you wrestle with him. And I believe you kill him.
Oh, no. And mine, I just told him like how he's become a monster, and he's like,
And he
holy
killed
shit, I
himself.
get it. Pop. And then he's like, oh, I'm at peace now. And he meets his family.
Well, he does that. He dies, and he ends up either way. He comes back, and like you see his little soul pop up, and then his family walks up, and he's like, "You have to stop this, Jody." And you're like, "Yeah, asshole."
Jody, I don't know how this happened, but you gotta fix it.
It's on you now, though.
See ya.
Deuces.
Dawkins, you started this.
Yes, this is all you did. This is all you.
Sorry, I gotta go.
Oh fuck! What did I? You stumble
it's
back
brutal.
into fucking Ryan though, inevitably.
Yeah.
Who has, I believe, it's either at this point or right before you lose your protection field. He gives you his.
You're like, no, okay.
Yeah. All right, I hate you, so that's fine.
You go. The entities are trying to fuck with you. You're seeing all your past memories. You're seeing you're becoming your past self. They're trying to keep you, but you do hit the button eventually. You turn it off.
Well, you're slowly regressing into younger.
Yeah.
Younger.
Oh, you don't. I don't know if you turn it off.
Suddenly, you're a fetus, and you're going. And you bump into somebody else. And you're like, huh? There's another fetus in there with you. The fetus is dead. It's not dead in this moment. No. They start going where like it's like you hear like a narration or whatever, and it's basically like it was a stillborn stillborn child. You know what I mean? And it's like
Yeah, you don't actually shut the thing off. I don't think. I think you get sucked into some weird thing. I don't even know what happens.
no, you keep de-aging until you're
that's what it is?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
you're
All right,
de-aging. You're Benjamin Buttoning all your way in there.
So the baby's dead, but one's still alive.
The
The
one
one's
that's
still alive is Jody. The one that's dead is Aiden.
What?
Aiden is your deceased twin.
Suddenly you're both like fully nude in a field, like, for whatever reason.
Yeah, and you're like, Aiden?
Nice
like
dick, dude.
and like he's like this hairless nude being.
Yeah.
And it's like you couldn't even give him like a. All right, whatever.
Yeah, you couldn't anything at all. It's like just put him in like white robe.
Like I'm surprised the model wasn't like T-posing. It's just like it was like
Like just floating across at you really quick.
I was like, wow, all right. I guess he's just supposed to represent some like, you know, like ideal.
Yeah, well, and it's. I mean, I get it too because it's kind of like it reminds me of Dylan in Control.
Totally.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of similarities between this Quantum Break and Control. I think that you can draw if you want to. Not the video for it.
But you realize, like, you know, what's going on, and you have the choice to either, like, stay. You've gone to the other side at this point.
Yeah.
You're seeing Aiden for the first time, and you're seeing
brother.
everyone else that died as well.
You're standing in
all
this
the people in
weird-
the story that have died that were close to you. Your mother,
You're standing in this weird like rift.
Shamasani, and Paul are there for me because they're dead.
Was Cole there for you too?
Probably. I fucking hate that I didn't save Cole. It really made me upset.
The ending that I got will really make you upset too when you realize what happens if you saved Cole.
Fucking three-way with...
It's you, Shamasani's corpse, and Cole. No, it's you, the pregnant woman with her daughter and Cole.
Damn.
Just going to, no, but
Tuesday.
you're in like a rift. That's her name. You're in like this rift, and on the right side it's black, on the left side it's white. And it's like two waterfalls kind of on either side of you, like when Moses parts the Red Sea. Mm-hmm. If you go to the left, like you said, you see all the people. If you go to the right, it's just regular life. What did you choose?
I thought this is a no-brainer. Because...
I did too, and I want to know if we had the same like logic path.
I still have stuff to... I still have loose ends in the living realm.
Yeah.
It'd be great to live in paradise with my loved ones. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to wind up there when I die anyway.
That's exactly
well, might as well just stay here, finish up what I got to do, and then join them when I can. Since they're there for eternity anyway, and it doesn't really matter.
And I will end up there inevitably.
Yes.
I was like, with one decision, I'm stuck here for the rest of forever. Like, one choice is just one of them. The other choice is I get to do both. You know what I mean? So I was like, I chose both. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a glutton. I went for like, I have loose ties to end up.
If it was like, now that you've been here, you can't re-enter, it'd be different.
Yeah. If it was like, you can't go back to the afterlife, but it doesn't say anything like that at all. No.
Like, I'm going to live, and then I'm going to die, and then I'm going to see you guys soon. Mm-hmm. So glad you're safe. You understand.
Yeah.
You were alive once.
Yeah.
Most of you are much older than me.
Yeah.
So you know that there's some life to live.
You know that I still have unfinished business.
Right.
Two of you
I'm sure you can completely understand.
One of you is a baby that never lived. The other one
is 100.
Is 100. The other one's like 6. The other two of you seem like you lived your years and are pretty wise. And the other one's my mom who wants me to live my life. So it's kind of like they're going to tell you to keep going. Yeah. It seems like I mean, if you look at the percentages too in the paths, this is the one most people choose. You know what I mean?
I saw zero incentive other than, oh my god, I'm overwhelmed, I'm going to stay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than I don't know how I'll live life without Aiden. You know what I mean? But even then, it's not implied yet that you won't have Aiden. Yeah.
No, you don't know Aiden's gone until afterward.
Life,
So, I went back into reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same,
I went back to life. Back to reality. And Clayton's like, oh my god, you made it! Oh. Yay! And I'm like, Aiden? Aiden?
Yeah. Uh-huh. You start crying.
Snake?
Snake?
Snake? So,
Dr. Octagon.
Pissing his pants. I was like, damn, Aiden's gone.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
That's the end,
That's the
much.
end of the game, yeah.
And then it's like, Epilogue.
Epilogue?
So let's talk about our paths real quick.
Okay, Black Sun paths.
I accepted Ryan's declaration.
Refused or postponed.
I took the CIA money.
Yep.
I didn't heal Cole.
Healed Cole. Why? Cole's the only good thing in this fucking world.
I convinced Dawkins to take his own life.
Angered Dawkins attacked Jody.
Ryan survived.
Yep, I said, who cares?
I shut down the Black Sun.
Did it.
And I chose life.
Yep. And then the note I said was...
I'm pro-life.
The other will always be there, and eventually I'll die anyway.
So, in the epilogue, it's
I'm not so much pro-life as much as I am anti-choice.
Forced abortions for all.
You don't get to decide.
No.
No.
We rolled the die.
Yeah, this is an arbitrary decision.
We live and die by the die. We flip a coin here.
Evens or odds.
Jody's like, it was a long, strange trip.
Is she like in a cabin?
Yeah, she's like,
for whatever reason, like
she's like, I got away from the CIA. I take it they're a little too preoccupied to even come looking for me.
Yeah, with the fact that
with everything else they got going on.
You're just in a fucking cabin inexplicably in a cabin, like crying every day.
Yeah,
because Aiden's gone.
Yeah, and you're like, man, life is so crazy.
Yeah, life fucking blows.
What a long, strange trip it's been. And so,
and then one day she just goes, I woke up today and I decided
I gotta fall in love.
Done waiting. I decided I need to fall in love.
I need to fall in love with one of the 4 men that I encountered on this trip.
With one of the 2 men, or the woman with the child I encountered.
All right. I thought there was 4 choices. Maybe it's only 3.
You can pick from Jay, Ryan,
Or Tuesday.
Or Tuesday. Yep. Now,
I'm not gonna fuck some single mother.
if you didn't let Cole... Yeah, I didn't choose Tuesday. I was like, first of all, in my story, she's still homeless. First of all. In your story, she stops being homeless. I got no fucking clue what happened to this girl in my story.
Some insane bitch I met
Who named herself Tuesday.
who lives under an overpass.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna go fall
That's
in
my
love with.
dream.
Yeah, that great.
But before you get to this point, it cuts to Cole. He leaves his house. He's living a regular life. He's retired from the DPI. He's just living in a suburb, you know what I mean? A little cul-de-sac. Walks out to his mailbox. Checks his mailbox. It's a drawing that Jody made when she was a little kid. This is his princess, and it's her, like, little kid's drawing.
I remember the princess drawing.
Yeah, and Cole, like, looks at it, and he starts crying a little bit, and he smiles. Because that means Jody's still alive, and she's doing well.
I feel like I tore that up when I was leaving for the CIA training camp.
No! You're a son of a bitch bastard. I felt bad after I smashed the picture that had Cole in it, too. Because it also had Dawkins in it.
I think I smashed that.
I smashed that
I
picture,
kept
and then I
some
was
stuff.
like,
I
oh,
smashed
Cole's
some
in there,
stuff.
though.
No, I folded up and kept it. I did. I did keep it.
Okay.
I remember that now.
I was like, you monster frisbee.
But the game was like, you gotta fuck one of these people.
You have to fuck one of these people to feel complete.
Yeah, maybe you're gay, maybe you're not.
Yeah, who'd you pick?
Hey, there's no reason to assume that Jody was ever gay, since she's only engaged in heterosexual relationships the entire game. But
And it never implies at any point. And I don't even know if it is like a...
gay or bi, I'm trying to say. It's like there's... It's not even like...
She doesn't express interest in anyone other than men the whole game.
But she expresses heterosexual interest only.
Yeah.
And I understand people change,
Yeah.
and people are fluid, but it was a little weird to be like, do you not want to be gay?
Yeah, there's never any other hint at it that she, like, questions her... that, like, she is either bisexual... There's no hint that she either is questioning her sexuality or is fluid in her sexuality.
Right.
There's no hint at either one of those things.
So it came as kind of a weird
So I was like, is she just going to go help her take care of this kid?
Right.
And they'll be, like, two bad bitches.
Zero romantic interest between them. It was like...
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
hey, how are you? Oh, I don't know you at all. I need to help deliver your baby. Hope you're okay.
Yeah, like,
I'm in a coma.
Yeah, like Tuesday felt like... You guys felt like the opposite, where you were younger than her, but more mature. Yeah, and she's also, as far as we know... Excuse me, straight. I picked Jay.
Big J. Okerson?
I picked Big J. Okerson, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Really, it was just to get to Luis Gomez.
Right, I understand.
Yeah.
So... I think the last scene is Jody at Skankfest 2014.
And Brian Redband's asking her what her pussy looks like.
Awful.
Brian Redband's... I've watched a lot of Kill Tony now.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen him land a joke that wasn't a sound effect.
Like twice.
Yeah.
Like twice.
Yeah.
And what he does sometimes, he'll write down a joke and hand it to Tony.
Yeah.
And Tony will go, that was Red Band, he gave that one to me.
Yeah.
I've seen that like twice.
Yeah.
I've
seen them
1,000 times, no.
I've seen them not bomb. I don't know how many I've seen land.
Like, I mean, I can think of like two specifically, I think those are the only two ever.
That like got laughs. Yeah.
I've watched almost every episode, because I started going back to the first year of it.
Yeah,
I've watched like almost 10 years
of
it.
Yeah, I watched the first few episodes and I was like, this is kind of boring. So I was like,
There's a great period where
Yeah.
there's
with the Jeremiah Watkins.
Yeah.
That's
where they get really tight in that formation.
Mm-hmm. But then right when Jet Ski Johnson gets added into. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good era.
Yeah.
And then,
it has its ups and downs over the fucking 10 years it's been on.
Yeah.
But, it's totally sick they did the crossover with Beyond Two Souls for this. So you chose Jay. So how did that work out? Did you go back to the ranch?
It's fucking so dumb. It's so fucking dumb, dude. It cuts to, like, Jay and his brother working on the ranch. Obviously, everyone else at the ranch is dead. You know what I mean? So they're just hanging out, doing stuff, tending to the horses and stuff. Suddenly you just hear... And Jody comes rolling in, like, with, like, sleeveless, ripped off, like, like, she's dressed like she's never dressed in the game before now. You know what I mean? Like, she's suddenly, like, desert trash. You know what I mean? Like, I have a salamander on my lower back, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's a big desert dyke.
Yeah. Yeah. And she comes fucking a lizard lesbo. And she comes fucking rolling in on the motorcycle, comes peeling in. Both Jay and the brother are like... You know what I mean? And then, like, you step off you step off the bike. Jay like embraces you, and you guys start making out immediately. And then the brother's just like cuckolded behind you, just kind of standing there, like. He looks almost excited, kind of uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like he's standing behind, like. Okay. I'm here too.
Okay. What happens next?
I think that's it. Oh, okay.
And there is a post scene I want to talk about. But let's save that.
So that's pretty much it. It cuts to you laying down in bed with Jay. Mm-hmm. And you stand up because you like can't fall asleep or whatever, and you're like, you're looking around, clearly still missing somebody. You know what I mean? You breathe a little bit of cold air. You can see your breath. You know what I mean? You go, oh, that's weird. You walk over to the mirror and you're looking in the mirror, debating your life. You breathe heavy again, and it fogs up the mirror. And suddenly you just see, still here, gets written in the mirror. And she goes, Aiden? And she starts crying again. And she gets all excited. And then it cuts to Aiden's view as he's like looking down on you.
I chose Ryan.
You fucking cock. I fucking hate you, and I hate Ryan.
And she was like, it was hard choosing Ryan.
I bet.
I had to learn how to love for the first time. I had to learn how to live again.
Uh-huh.
I had to like basically forget everything I ever knew.
Yeah.
And they're like out on a speedboat. They're like on a tropical island together.
So they become a couple cunts.
They have a house in the suburbs, and he like comes home with the groceries in like a minivan, and they have like a tract house in the suburbs. It's like
yeah.
And like they like kiss, and he's wearing an eye patch. He looks like fucking Slick Rick.
Yeah.
And like, we're out on a desert island. I shouldn't say desert island, but I mean like
just a tropical island.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Deserted island, I think is what I meant, but I don't know. Desert island is a thing, but it's tropical. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's palm trees.
Okay.
And I'm like,
lush.
I still miss Aiden, and then like. A coconut falls, and it's like, it's Aiden making his presence known, and I'm like, you're still there, buddy.
Uh-huh. I do have like a small moment with Jay, I believe, too, where she does like it was hard to move on, but I guess it was easier when I didn't have any piece of the past to hold on to. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Yeah. But anyways, sorry.
Then, it's like, oh, that's really sweet. She fell in love. Mm-hmm. It's now fucking Terminator 2. It's like you're seeing the future.
It's John Connor.
She's fucking Kyle Reese. and it's like it's playing like a rip off of the Terminator theme. It's like dum, 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 dum. It is. I mean, maybe that's in my own head. Maybe I'm attributing it to that, but I think they are playing a rip off Terminator theme.
It's like a really, really like generic. Kind of.
Yes, and I think there was a quick flash to this at one point earlier in the game. I
don't remember.
I feel like I saw a minor glimpse of this.
I like remembered seeing her in that scarf and shit before, because she's in like classic like post-apocalypse hipster outfit.
She's she's in survivalist, like she's in her Fallout 4 gear.
Yeah.
And it's maybe not nighttime, but it's a fucking blackened sky.
Yeah. Over
ruined
a city, yeah.
And she's like looking out, and she's like, I still get visions, and like she's like, I know it's not like what does she say? She's basically, I know it's not just like a dream. It's like it's what's about to happen.
Yeah, she's like, I know this is the future that's coming.
She doesn't. I think she literally says it's what's about to happen.
Yeah, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, I have the quote here. I have visions of what is about to happen. Mm-hmm. So, how far into the future is that? It would appear, judging by her age...
Yeah, she doesn't look that much older.
It is, like, basically, she shut down the fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. Within months.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like the end was sequel bait?
Oh, yeah. The fucking Terminator 2 moment is super sequel bait.
And I don't think they're going to do it.
No, for sure no. Joe Paterno, I don't think they're going to.
I could see Elliot Page being like, no, thanks.
Yeah, especially after they, I don't know, fully rendered their nude body and then put that out for people to... I mean, I know they didn't put it out, but they made it like... It was there for people to get to. It's like any thing you put in a video game that's not right there for people to see, someone will find a way to get to it. You know? I wouldn't work with them again.
Also, the allegations of sexual abuse and homophobia.
Oh, allegation! No, there seem to be a couple of more direct quotes.
Here's the thing. I do think there is room for this company to evolve. And the people in it to kind of see like, oh, because here's the thing. I know I used to say stuff in a hateful way sometimes, or just like a bigoted way, where I was like, oh, I wasn't really considering the impact of my words.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's...
I will still say an offensive joke from time to time.
Yeah,
I think there's a difference between like, you're with friends and you say something kind of fucked up versus you are running a multinational company and you are creating a workplace where people feel unsafe.
Yeah, and it's one of those, I mean, like, you hear comedians talk about it where it's like, you earn the trust of your audience, or you earn the, like, I can say something to you because I've earned your trust that I'm not a horrible bigot.
It happens all the time because
what I mean?
People will hold certain people accountable and you go, hey, so-and-so said this, and it's like, yeah, it's different when they do it.
Yeah.
Why? They've earned the trust.
They've earned the trust. They've built up, they've established who they are and what they're doing. You know
funny
what I mean?
is funny. Sometimes
Yes.
funny is offensive. But offensive does not necessarily have to mean hateful.
No. But even somebody who's, and also somebody who
and even still, in those contexts,
somebody
it's like,
who's
still know the context.
Somebody who's built that trust can still make a joke that comes across offensive because they do it poorly. You know what I mean?
And also, you need to know your audience. You need to know your timing.
It's a delicate...
You can't just... It's not something... You don't just have, like... Hey, man, I got the trust card.
Yeah, there's not just free reign. There's not just... You can't... It's a very delicate thing. There's so much that goes into it.
Right.
And I think that, like you're trying to say, is that there is definitely, I think, room for... If there's room for Activision Blizzard to keep going and all these other companies, there's room for fucking Quantic Dreams, who really... Their allegations are just, like, kind of being perverts.
It seems like it's like a frat house kind of environment where it's like
sexual assault
honestly,
allegations.
you get a bunch of young guys together who are a bunch of fucking freaks and nerds and losers,
and you have no adult there being like, "Hey guys," you know what I mean? And you don't, and then there's no diversity in the sense that, like you said, it's just a bunch of fucking horned up dudes who just probably fresh out of college.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I can totally see it being the kind of situation. It's like not that chill, but it's like, all right, hey, we have a pretty great company. Like, let's figure out how to make this something sustainable and inclusive, because. Like, you want to tell stories. Yeah. Like, obviously, you want other nationalities. You want other genders. You want other experiences, perspectives.
You want to try
other
to
cultures.
give
Like, they show that in their games. Like, they try to show, like, here's other perspectives.
This whole game's played from the perspective of a woman, which is not a common thing, to have a female main character.
We don't know. Is this a credible woman's perspective? You know what I'm trying?
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's very fair.
All women share the same thing, but there's certain things you go, wow, that is like not good writing for a woman.
Yeah, like when there's not a single female perspective in the creation of the female character, you do kind of question it. Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, I don't know.
Which I don't know. There could have been too. I don't know what the fucking. I don't know.
It felt normal to me. I never went like, wow, that is not at all how I've ever seen a woman act.
One thing I can say about them is that, like, aside from the dialogue, they do create, like, realistic people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, these are real people. Even the rapists in the bar, those are real people. You know what I mean?
Totally.
All of them. They're all real.
They're like the realest motherfuckers I've ever seen. I would even say, when I saw those guys, I went, real, recognize it's real, and those are my guys. No, I know what you mean.
Fuck, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I feel like they've always been good at writing characters. And for all I know, they do have, like, a diverse writing staff. It seems to be implied that
it just seems like David Cage is, the Kojima
he's a frat boy
of the group. And it's like, he's got to have his distinctive creative stamp on everything they do. Yeah. And if he's a little bit of a frat boy pervo sexist...
And with a pee fetish?
Yeah, it's gonna show up in all their games.
He's into waterworks.
And you go, hey... It's water sports.
Water sports, sorry.
Hey.
Sorry.
Hey man, maybe your mark, maybe you supervise. Yeah. Maybe you realize the strength of your work is contingent on all these other people contributing. Yeah. And maybe you're a great manager, great director, great creative mind. Mm-hmm. But maybe you step back a little bit and let other voices become louder at certain points.
Hey, maybe not every character needs to take a piss. Maybe not every game needs to have a female character that you play as getting sexually assaulted. Maybe. I get it's a part of life, and it is, you know what I mean? I get the counter argument of, well, sexual assault is much more prevalent than you know what I mean, than you think. And I'll give you that.
It's just, I've written a lot of songs, sometimes like story songs.
Yeah.
I've never written a song where someone gets raped.
No! That didn't just like pop in when you're like, what rhymes? What rhymes with ape? What rhymes with nape? Nape, ape.
Oh, grape.
Grape.
Grape Escape.
I gotta keep this
I just
line
gotta
going,
go start
though.
playing Grape Escape. Great board game.
I start playing Ape Out.
I still haven't played that. It looks so good.
It's pretty good.
It seems like it's a really fun one.
Yeah, it's fun. It is very fun. It's like a flash game.
Next episode of Yeah I Played will be on Ape Escape.
Out.
Ape Out. Ape Escape. Maybe Ape Escape as well.
Grape Out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't see a sequel, but it felt very ham-fisted to be like, I fell in love. And also the apocalypse came, and now I'm an apocalypse warrior. You know what I mean? It came out of nowhere.
I made a note that I really didn't like the ending of this game, and it's like I feel like it's like I mentioned earlier, where like they never ended any of the chapters well.
I don't know.
You know
the ending is just like, of course it worked out, but it sucked too.
Yeah, pretty much.
You didn't do anything.
Yeah, which I mean, like I get that that's like also a method of being like that's life. You know what I mean? But also
It is, but it wasn't like, well, the future's unknown.
No.
It was. The
future's known.
I fell in love, and it's the apocalypse.
Yeah, and I don't know. I had fun with this game. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a super entertaining game. Mm-hmm. I want to go back and replay sections to see what'll happen.
There's stuff I'm curious about.
It is a riveting game. Not a good game, I don't think.
Bad gameplay.
Yeah, I think it's
bad gameplay for me is
confusing.
Am I failing because I'm confused? That sucks.
Here,
I want to fail because I didn't do it right. Because I'm like, and when I go back in. Mm-hmm. I go, okay, here's how I can get better. Even if I don't do it, I go, I know what I need to do, or I see a strategy, or even I see my fault and I can make a strategy.
Right.
Like, it was always, wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
No,
and it doesn't tell, because some games are kind of cheap to go, oh, you didn't know this? You fucked up. This is a thing we didn't tell
you. Yeah, it's like you fail it like 3 times in a row, and they remind you maybe.
Now I get it. Mm-hmm. This is just like confusing shit.
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't even think they'd be able to give you an explanation because it feels like there's no rules to this game.
No.
You know what I mean?
They're all very incidental, like, like, it's, they're all, contingent on, they're all contingent on very specific scenarios, and you might encounter the same scenario twice.
Mm-hmm. But it'll end up different.
And it's two different rules.
Yep.
It makes no sense. It's very poorly designed.
I agree. I was pretty annoyed by it at moments.
All the conversational stuff I liked.
The story's good.
The writing's great.
The base story is good. The
performances are incredible. I think Willem Dafoe, Elliot Page,
couldn't have done a better job. Like Elliot Page,
Kadeem. Like, everybody. It's all...
Mm-hmm. Elliot Page really couldn't have done a better job, though.
Incredible.
I was fucking blown away. Like, the range of emotions throughout the ages, you know what I mean? And like,
especially for such an unbelievable thing. Like, sci-fi and fantasy stuff is hard to sell on an emotional level.
It's hard to be relatable. Yeah, it's hard to, like, feel in any way as though you can connect with that character.
And
but,
I felt a real emotional connection to Jodie, and it really worked. And just great performance.
10 out of 10.
And I believe the role was written
for Elliot Page. Yeah, that makes sense. It feels like I couldn't. They nailed it. You know what I mean?
I saw an interview where it's David Cage and Elliot Page, and they're like, "Oh yeah, David came to me and was like, you're gonna be in my next game. Like, I wrote this role," and they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess."
Sounds cool. Yeah.
I'm not really a gamer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know what they've done in the last 5 years or so, 10 years. I don't even know. Like, since this.
They've done, Umbrella Academy was the last huge project
I didn't watch that at all.
Which was, that was a huge
that's
thing. The Gerard Way comic book that was turned
I'm aware of what it is, but
I watched most... I don't know if I finished the first season. I got most of the way through it. Pretty good. It's not your standard superhero show, which is cool. 'Cause
Okay.
they're not heroes, you know what I mean? But anyway, they're kids, effectively.
Is it like the X-Men?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I'd say it's a similar concept, you know what I mean? Of like university for especially like superpowered kids. Mm-hmm. But it's not that. It's more like Midnight's... Do you ever know Midnight's Children? Salman Rushdie? It's more like Midnight's Children in the sense where it's like, on this day, 100 children were born at midnight. They were all born with these special powers. Mm-hmm. But all over the world. And so then there's like these specific... It's not really...
I get you.
Yeah. So like there's different groups of people being trained.
So they're still active and everything.
Yeah. Well, Elliot Page is still active, yeah. I don't know if they've done anything like super recently, but as far as I know, Umbrella Academy's still filming and stuff, so... Yeah. I imagine you want to take a little bit of a hiatus after you've been this in the public eye, too, though.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Why not?
Yeah, and the thing is, too, if you're working on
Got
one
that Juno
project
money.
that's making you money, you know what I mean? You got the Juno money, you got the fucking... Now the Umbrella Academy's huge. You can sit pretty for a while, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't need to do shit.
Why not?
That's one diddle that can't be undid.
What?
That's a Rainn Wilson line from Juno. She's shaking the pregnancy test. And he goes, that ain't no Etch-a-Sketch. That's one diddle that can't be undid.
God, I was thinking of Jawbreaker when you were saying that. I was like, I don't remember that scene.
I remember that scene in Jawbreaker.
That's a very different context.
Different movies.
Same idea. Teenage girl gets fucked, but taken in two different ways entirely.
Juno's such a weird movie.
I mean, did you have Juno as an internet service provider back in the 90s?
No.
Oh, I did.
No. We were straight. We didn't have anything, and then we had AOL.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's contemporary.
Yeah,
of
we
AOL.
went from nothing and then to getting the free CDs, you know what I mean? And
Right.
then doing the trials
Great.
and shit, and yeah.
Great time.
Yeah.
Trying to think how I would like. Could I, like? Here's the thing. I couldn't suggest this game to anyone. I couldn't recommend it to anyone. I would recommend Heavy Rain to anyone.
Yeah.
And I'd go, if you liked Heavy Rain,
Then
check this out.
move on to
this
this.
is not as good. It's not as tight in terms of the mechanics.
I wouldn't
the writing is great.
I wouldn't recommend this as the first game to play.
Not
though.
at all.
No. I would be like, like you said, if you like any of the other ones, come back to this. And I want to see what Detroit's like, because from you said that seems like the most polished.
It's
And that
a
might
great
be-
marriage of mechanics and the storytelling and the
Right.
cinematics, like, and the performance captures unbelievable.
I've seen some gameplay of it and stuff.
is-
I've watched a couple playthroughs.
and
from
I have
back
it
in
on
the
like
day.
medium settings for my PC, and it's still like breathtaking.
Yeah.
So they did a great job with that, and I would say, yeah. It's crazy how aggressive this one feels in terms of the mechanics and delivery and polish.
I really assumed...
Maybe it was rushed in some way, but also, like, we're playing a version that came out, like, I think, like, 2.5 years after the PS3 release.
Yes, because we played the PC... So,
Or no, I think it was 5 years.
Yeah. I knew it was after. I didn't know how long it was.
PS4 came out, like, a year later. I think it was 2019 when the PC ports came out.
Yeah. Well.
It just seems like they could have polished it up a little bit.
done literally any... Yeah, no, I hear you. The drop of a couple patches or something, yeah.
Yeah.
It really felt like it felt, like you said, rushed. It felt like growing pains. It felt like they decided to try some stuff out that didn't get, like, tested thoroughly enough.
No, and I think it was all for the sake of immersion.
Yeah, because I get how you... But I mean, we touched on it last episode, but I mean, like, even you and I, within, like, the 30 seconds we were bitching about it, were able to come up with
Yeah.
ways that you could do it
Totally.
without just putting an arrow key on it, whether it's you highlight one side of the screen, just a little soft light on that
Just
side.
a little more communication to the player would have gone a long way.
You could have done anything, you know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
just didn't, so... It fell short in a lot of ways, gameplay-wise, but it was still a fucking...
Great story.
I'd play it again.
Yeah.
I'll say it. I'd play it again.
I really enjoyed the story. As soon as I got through, like, understanding all the frustrating fucking mechanics, and also with these games, like, when I was playing, I didn't go back at all. Even if I made a choice I didn't like, I was like, that's it.
No, that's what I did with Heavy Rain too. So like, that's the point of this game.
You gotta just push through. And in one sense, I go, okay, I accept that I might fail sometimes.
Yeah.
But I want to fail because I failed, not because I was confused.
Yes.
And that's the big takeaway for
Yeah.
me. It's like, and it's not indicative of the entire game.
No.
It's just like 4 or 5 of like the 25 or so missions are like
Excuse me.
dependent on this confusing system.
And the issue is glaring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
But it is like 1/5 of the game, maybe.
it's really not all of it, and you know what I mean. But it's so bad that you don't forget it.
Yeah. Because it's super frustrating. It's like the most. It's like when you have the most agency as a player.
Yeah.
Is when you fuck up the most.
And it's also when I'm like the most focused on nailing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Of like, because like the rest of the time,
these are all life or death situations.
yeah, and you can kind of passively play a lot of the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's like,
you know what
I might say this, I might say that. I don't know.
Yeah, and then this one you're like, I have to react on time. I have to be paying
Right,
attention.
because there's
to matters.
stakes.
Yeah.
There's usually not stakes. It's usually like, life is unknown. Maybe you said yes, maybe you said no.
Right.
That's how life goes. But
Yeah.
when it's like, I'm gonna fucking shoot you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, I know how I want this to go.
I need to know
don't wanna
whether
get shot.
whether I'm ducking or whether I'm smacking the gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those are two different moves.
So overall, yeah, can't recommend it. Trash game, 0 out of 10.
David Cage is
Yep.
fucking.
You said it. I'd say Heavy Rain's like good, like 8.5 out of 10 maybe for me.
I'd give
like-
it a 7.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd
it's
give
high.
it a 7.
This one, it's like a 4.5. It's 5 maybe.
It
It's
does
much
not
lower.
rank it as high. I'd say if you like
But
heavy,
as a story, great story.
great story. I'd say
great story. But
I'd
as
say
a
like
game,
even if you're not like just go watch a playthrough of this, and it's fun. If you don't want to play it, you know what I mean. I think you'd have a lot of fun just watching a playthrough of it.
It's a good cinematic
Yeah.
narrative experience.
If you're somebody who likes watching other people play video games, this is like the perfect game to watch somebody else
totally,
play.
it's and it's
yeah.
everything looks great.
And if you like Heavy Rain, you will like it.
Yeah,
If you've proven to yourself that you're into that, you'll get through this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you'll like it.
it's just a little frustrating to go, man, Heavy Rain played better.
Yeah. Oh wow, this game from 4 years previous is better than the new one.
It's rare. It's rare that game mechanics
Yeah.
across I won't say this is a sequel, but across like a series of games from a developer where they have one style, they don't usually regress.
No.
Almost
you'll see
never.
like new stuff introduced or a couple things taken
Yeah, sometimes
away.
like, oh, that didn't go over so well, but it's never like the
You won't see them
core
change the
movement
mechanic.
is shittier.
Yeah. It was
Anyway, hey, thanks
you
for
gonna do?
sticking with us. This was Beyond Two Souls. We'll eventually get into Detroit Become Human, and I'd love to get into Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy with you.
Yeah,
It is
eventually.
weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And I would say, God, thinking back, I said that Quantic Dream wasn't racist.
They might be.
I might rescind that comment for that game.
Much like the piss tweet. You may be rescinding this comment.
But again, hey, you can grow, you can change.
Yeah.
All right? So, like, we are growing and changing. We're growing in numbers thanks to you subscribing to the channel right now when you watch this. And liking it and leaving a comment letting us know, have you played Beyond Two Souls?
And holding your friends at gunpoint and saying to them, well, have you subscribed to Hidden Machine? What are you playing? Don't do that.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing either. Bye. Whatever.